A Niners! I tell you what, fam, to be a 49er fan, you gotta roll with the ebb and flow, you know. We do a lot of ebbing. I'm not sure which it is, flowing or ebbing, but here we sit, you know. Again, it's 24 hours. That's all you got to grieve or be happy. Last week we got to be happy for 24 hours. This week, you're a few hours away from get over this loss. All right. Nah, it's over now, right? Yeah, we should be over by now. Has it been? No, it hasn't been 20. Yeah, no, it's been 24 hours. We can stop now. But here we sit, the children of San Francisco, and in the words of Moses, let Dre Patrick go. By the way, listen, I'm kidding, okay? We are not to be compared with the children of Israel, and I love Jewish people. Seriously, I do. I got some fantastic friends. That's where I get some of my sense of humor is from them. Anyway, Phil, I got to tell you, though. The Cards completed a sweep of the Niners. And as I said, the Niners versus Cards game was a table setting for the Niners to pull up to a 500 record on the 2020 season. Seemingly should have been with ease and simultaneously promote faith to a team that is nosediving to the NFC West basement, as you know. And they were waiting for us down there. The Hawks waiting for us down there. Now we're going to go down there and unseat them. All that was ready for us to go. Fam, all we had to do is go out and beat them. The Cards are at our house. They're depleted. But no. Levi Stadium fans watched in horror as Colt, McCoy, and James Conner. The dudes orchestrated a clinic. Fam, they held school on San Francisco that was more dominant. And it really pissed me off. That was more dominant than any contest these two teams have played. That included the currently injured Kyler Murray and D-Hop. And I'm not even talking about A.J. Green. I mean, come on, Niners. Oh, man. So tonight we'll go to the phones and find out what you're currently thinking about a game that actually spoke volumes on the current 2021 Niners. It's a little worrisome. For some reason, I keep entertaining the thought that the 49ers are suddenly going to just snap out of it and start playing solid. I don't know if they're going to I just want to see them play solid. If you're going to lose, don't lose your face out there. Lose because you were battling and fighting hard and you got beat. But you got beat, not just laid down and look like a bunch of chumps. That's what they look like. Unreal. Colt McCoy? God, that was his best. You know what? That's one of his best games of all time. 82% out there yesterday. And what is considered bad news by many people, torn quadriceps ends Mike McGlinchey's season. The Niners will play the rest of the season without Mike McGlinchey. Now, we found out after the game yesterday that Big Mike suffered a torn quadriceps during the 49ers 31-17 whooping from the Cardinals, right? Tom Compton replaced McGlinchey after only 18 snaps, playing the final 41, and they beat Tom like a drum for the remainder of that game. I didn't even know. I just looked up and I seen Compton's name flash across the screen. The first thing I said, "Oh my God, is Trent out of the game?" It wasn't Williams. It was Mike, and I didn't even notice his exit. See, that's the thing. Fam, Mike Mack has been a magnet for endless criticism. All of us have talked about him, but not continuously. Make no mistake, fam. I know, but the Niners don't have a better tackle to replace him right now. What are they going to do? Coach Kyle Shanahan said in his post-game news conference that the Niners would consider rookie Jalen Moore at right tackle if McGlinchey was out a while. But here's, fam, Moore has been practicing on the left side. I think he played the left side when was he from Washington? He doesn't play the... And it's not easy for those linemen to switch sides like that. We have a monumental problem. But I'd rather see him over there trying to learn the right side than I would Tom Compton. Tom Compton is straight ass. Anyway, Coach Kyle Shanahan knows his players aren't executing properly on the football field. Now, if they were, the Niners might have more than 3 wins against inferior struggling teams that we've gotten those wins over, and less than 5 losses, right? So when the players spoke to reporters after yesterday's embarrassment at the hands of the Cardinals, had some of their best players watching from the sidelines. They blamed a lack of execution on their part. Now, I've been saying that all year long. I said, 49ers, we blame Kyle for everything, and everything we don't blame him for, we blame Jimmy for, right? So I'm saying, execution has a lot to do with what's going on that field. The players admitting it. They blame the lack of execution on their part. That's been their reasoning for the losses for a while now. And in spite of the rumors that state otherwise, the guys believe in the system and the plays being called by Coach Shanahan. And then you've already got people talking about Kyle's lost the locker room and they're not buying what he's selling anymore. And that may not be true. In fact, I think they probably feel more bad about themselves than they do what Kyle's trying to tell them what to do. Shanahan doesn't want anyone to misinterpret that, though. He isn't passing the buck to any of his players. Today, on a conference call with reporters, Coach Shanahan acknowledged that he is just as much to blame as anyone else, if not more. And he's right. He is the head coach, and the team's lack of execution can be traced back to him. And it will be, and it has been. People are throwing bricks at him, at his house, at his car. Coach Shanahan is quoted saying, "A failure of execution starts with me. When plays don't work, no matter how it happens, that starts with the coaches. So there's tons of things I can do better. So don't get misinterpreted by that at all, because that's not even close to what I'm saying." We know that, Kyle. A lot of people have pointed that out loudly and viciously. It is your fault and your entire coaching staff. Why do those guys look like they don't know what they're doing each and every Sunday these days? They should come in fired up. They should look like they know what they're doing. Where's that precision tree we expected by, especially year 5? A lot of those guys you've had for the entire time. They should be looking really good. So the gloomy speculations now, of course, unless there's a drastic turnaround, Coach Shanahan is likely headed toward the 4th losing season as a 49ers head coach in 5 years. 4 out of 5 years. The coach is now the target of much criticism, and even he believes it is warranted. Added Shanahan, and another quote, "Whether you're running the ball or whether you're throwing the ball, coaching your guys to execute a play starts with coaching. And then that leads to playing, so that goes hand in hand. The Niners will try to turn, unquote, the Niners will try to turn things around Monday night, as we are the winningest franchise on Monday night in Monday Night Football history. But we will be hosting the Rams at Levi Stadium, who just came off a stinging defeat. Titans just beat the brakes off the Rams. Knocked their D into the dirt. It was crazy. I'm watching that. I'm saying, it's amusing, but we got to play the Titans later. But more importantly, the Rams are probably all PO'd and can't wait to play Monday night, right? People are saying, "Man, we're in trouble now, and Rams are all mad." I said, let me tell you one thing. The 49ers are not in the best of moods out in Santa Clara either. Yeah, but if I bet on one team, which is the maddest, I'd bet on the Rams to beat us. I don't know. I see the Rams, because Coach Shanahan didn't just have an epiphany. I don't think. The misery we've witnessed all season is evolving to a higher level of suffering. And I'm sure Shanahan's probably thought about this before we did, right? So what can we expect after what seems to be a wake-up call to not only Coach Shanahan, but the players as well, as they are talking as if they know they aren't putting in their best work each Sunday either. It's Monday Night Raw, fam. You need not hold back. We do have time constraints, so if I may have to cut you off, but listen, let it all out. And here's the thing. Are you expecting the 49ers to snap out of this, or do you think it's going to continue to plummet into the dirt? And what is to become of the pass protection now that McGlinchey's gone? Are we going to be able to run? Because you and I both know Kyle Shanahan, and in fact, most offenses, they're based out of the run. If you can't run, you're probably going to struggle. We've seen that already. We've done that. This is why some of the teams that are playing us this year are having such a wonderful time. They can run, and they can run at will. We saw Connor, as I mentioned, the dude did whatever he wanted to do yesterday. And what he didn't do, his second, third string, I don't know what, he was doing whatever he pleased. I will never get that picture out of my head of Kirkpatrick. The dude just looked at him, stepped on his neck, and kept going to the end zone. Get your butt up, take that uniform off. You don't deserve it to wear it. And leave it right there in the field and walk naked out of here. What is wrong with you? Rakeem Jabani says, hey, how you doing, brother? It's another difficult year, and I'm going to the Rams game. Got no choice. Just hope they make a damn game of it. That is for life. They're going to play. The 49ers are going to show up for that game. I don't know. They're not going to get ran off the field like they did yesterday. I just don't believe that. I don't care how mad the Rams are. The 49ers got to be madder than they are. Because the 49ers, we've lost 5 times. The Rams are, 7-2? What they mad about? Kirk said, hey, shout out from Eastern Ohio, watch us tearing the Rams. Hey, see, that's what I'm talking about. That'd be hilarious. Remember one thing, Kyle Shanahan, if anybody knows how to beat him, and what I see for Stafford yesterday, man. Eric.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, we're licking our wounds, trying to get healed up from yesterday. Eric, I'm concerned, though. I'm not giving up yet. Are you giving up yet, Eric? What do you expect out of the 49ers in the days ahead? And are you glad that Kyle Shanahan finally acknowledged in words that, yes, this is my fault?
I don't know. It is, yes, it is his fault, but to be honest, it is like the entire team's fault. I think we all want to put it on one person, but let's be honest, the entire team has blame. But obviously, the defense played like dog shit. Oh. It was pretty clear that they exposed our weakness even with a backup quarterback. That was pretty evident. But I really just do believe that. Yeah, I truly believe, Ronbo, that I think the season's over now. I have given up on the season now. We're going to play LA next week. We could easily be 3-7. There's no saving that. There's no saving that season. I understand that you need to stay faithful and things like that, but something has to change. And if we're going to sit here and sit back and be like, trust the process, nothing's ever going to change.
That's true.
That I feel like we need to get rid of that attitude, and we need to start fans need to start projecting their voices at everything. And obviously that has been happening. But we've seen Kyle Shanahan say over and over again that he does not care about what fans say. That is pretty frustrating, I think his regime is over. I think Jimmy should be benched. Trey should come in. He should start developing, trial by error. I'd rather have him struggling than him ending up like Mahomes and he's succeeding all the time, and then all of a sudden.
Eric, one question on that, though. Now that you've got an offensive line that's depleted, don't you think it's a little risky to bring him in now? Because if he gets taken out of a play and seriously injured, we got serious, serious trouble.
Yeah, it is a risk, Ronbo. It is a risk. But at the same time, let's be honest, it's not like the Jets, didn't just throw all Zach Wilson out there. And I understand Zach Wilson is injured.
And no offensive line. He is not coming back until next year. And in what capacity does it come back in?
Yeah, the difference between us and the Jets is that we actually have weapons. We have Tebow, Samuel, Brandon, and George Kittle.
You don't have any protection.
They don't really have anything.
You don't have any protection.
Yeah, we don't have protection, but at the same time, Trey has wheels. He can move the pocket. If we do some play action, I think that will work. Buy him extra time. There is ways to make sure protection is good. It's not like we haven't had George Kittle at right tackle this entire time. All of the season is like we haven't had him there.
That's true. But I think, in fact, I suspect about 3 weeks. What Kyle's going to do, he's probably going to try to train Trey. get rid of the ball. Forget about trying to outrun defenses. Get rid of the ball. That's his safest ticket to safety. If he's going to stand there and hold the ball, he's going to start running. He's going to run into trucks. He's going to get hit. It's really frightening. I tell you, if you're going to Jimmy leaves next year, Trey, you gotta be really careful. His knee is already still sore. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, and about the offensive line and more moving the right tackle, I think it is a good idea, and you're right. The technique is a lot different. He's gonna need time to get those reps in because it's not a simple thing. If I watched the San Francisco 49ers live stream today, and he was talking about the offensive line and how your technique completely changes from the left side of the line to the right side of the line.
Absolutely.
It's not one of those things you're going to pick up in 1 week of practice.
Yep.
So people got to give it time. Obviously, Tom Compton is pretty dog shit. I'd rather have a struggling more out there than Tom Compton. But again, we are going to see some struggles out there. That's why we're going to get the Rams next week, and most likely Von Miller is going to play. He's already had a week to be with LA. You're going to have Aaron Donald. I don't really see it happening anymore. The LA coming off a loss, a bad one against. They basically got blown out. They're gonna be hungry. They're gonna want to win. They're gonna see a struggling 49ers team, and they're gonna want to kick the shit out of us. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying they would. I'm not saying they will. To shit like that. But it's looking pretty bad for us. Coming off a win too. This team had confidence going into the week. They had a chance at redeeming their season. But it didn't happen, So,
and
I think
you figure though, if not for the fumbles early on, I think the 49ers would have won that game. Actually, they've got some things to clean up. They're bad, but they're not the kind of bad that a lot of people are saying. They screwed that up. They gave that game away. So let's see what they look like next week because we're gonna run out of time here. Eric, we'll be back though midweek. Okay.
All right.
All right, Phil.
All right, I'll catch you later.
All right. Hey, aloha. It's Tony Nagatani. Tony.
Aloha, Ronbo. Happy Monday to you. How you feeling?
Yeah, that's such I love oxymoron. Happy and Monday in the same sentence. I love it, Tony. Especially coming off of yesterday's game. Tony, talk about it. Because I think Shanahan's sitting around and all looking at you. They're pointing the fingers at each other, which is good. Okay, now what are you guys going to do about it? Can we make some improvements? And like George Kittle's saying, we got to take care of the ball. George, you know that, and you've been doing that for years. How in the bleeping did you never fumbled, George? What was that? You're right on the goal line. You and your buddy Ayuk. Right on the goal line, you guys do this. That's 14 points, Tony. We didn't have to lose that game.
I think. Well, no, we certainly didn't have to lose that game. The thing about the turnovers, in terms of the fumbles, I think that had a lot more to do with the Arizona Cardinals coaching, the way that those defensive backs have been trained to go after that ball and strip that ball. Because both the Kittle fumble and the Ayuk fumble, it wasn't like it was Butterfingers. That like a guy got in there and knocked those balls free, and that comes down
we used to.
Like we used to. Excellent coaching on their end. And Vance Joseph, I think, called a fantastic game for the Arizona Cardinals. And, there was we had opportunities to stop them on fourth downs, and those were not given to us, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There were a lot of reasons why we lost that game. The team, though, completely came apart at the seams, lost our composure, exemplified by what happened with Josh Norman. Again, the defense got to stop, and Josh Norman goes and is baited by Cliff Kingsbury into getting essentially benched for the whole game, and it's a dismaying set of events. And the fact of the matter is that the Niners are not mathematically eliminated from the playoffs because we have 17 games to play now, and it's kind of choppy in the middle of the NFC. And believe it or not, there's still a very, very slim outside chance that the Niners can make the playoffs. I do not think that is going to happen now, just given the record going forward. And so I think the main thing we have to do going forward is try to play the role of spoiler, because the teams we're playing are also in the playoff chase. I mean, we're playing the Vikings, we're playing the Falcons, we're playing teams like that who believe it or not, are going to be in the wild card hunt for that 7th seed against us. And while I just think our schedule going forward is too hard. The Seahawks about to get Russell Wilson back. So it's a very tough time to be a 49er fan. And this McGlinchey injury, we ragged a whole heck of a lot on McGlinchey because of how poorly he showed last season on pass protection, but he was always a pretty good run blocker, and really that's where we are going to miss him the most. And Ronbo, I am like you in the sense that I think that we're better off. Matt Barrows had a great tweet about this today. One of the options that the 49ers could consider is, even though Dan Brunskill has been playing horribly at right guard this season, he did fill in very well at both right tackle and left tackle in 2019 when McGlinchey and Staley both missed time. And so I think it'd be more prudent to kick Brunskill out to right tackle and honestly see what Aaron Banks has. Because that guy hasn't played at all this season. We drafted him in the 2nd round. It could be a disaster, but the season's already a disaster, and I think he Brunskill, that is, filled in pretty decently at right tackle in 2019, and so I would like to see that. And then getting ready for 2022, look at Jalen Moore to be that swing tackle piece, because, number one, we're not even sure if Mike McGlinchey is going to be able to recover from that torn quad. I saw a doctor tweeting today about how, that sort of quad injury, if it requires surgery, there's only like a 50% chance that the player comes back to ever play again. So
we'll see. Know about that.
Yeah. That is according to a sports medicine doctor from the Bay Area on Twitter today. It depends on what kind of quad injury it is, and we don't know the extent. But if it requires surgery, there's a 50-50 chance that McGlinchey probably won't ever come back, which is another first-round draft pick loss. But understanding that, you got to get ready for the offseason with Jalen Moore, getting ready to play swing tackle and put him into competition with School, who is still under contract too for 2023, to come back and see who is going to be that swing tackle position. But I say go with a more experienced hand at someone who has played swing tackle in the past in Brunskill, and then let's see if that big-bodied right guard that we drafted has any game whatsoever. And then if not, then we can start talking about, okay, what are the contingency plans after that? So, goodness.
And it's free agency next year, and you can't go for a draft pick anymore. You can't, Tony, not when it comes to alignment. Isn't it amazing? Offensive lineman, if you get a draft pick, chances are Aaron Banks. He's right. And they're not playing him for a reason, right? So I said, wow, we're in trouble.
Yeah, this all goes back to the fact that the Niners, have traded away a tremendous amount of draft capital for Trey Lance that I'm hopeful will work out. But you remember when we were doing all those mock drafts, my trade-happy mock draft, trading down all those picks, still picking up a quarterback and getting a whole bunch of offensive line depth because, I so agree. Accumulating
Tony,
picks. But
we're gonna have to pull up because you're too interesting and you've got so much content. And I just want to put a bookmark on it right there.
All right, we'll talk again soon, Ronbo. Ronbo, thank you as always for the platform production.
Thank you, Tony.
Mahalo to you guys. Take care, guys. Aloha.
Thank you, Tony. I'll see you Wednesday. All right.
Yeah, I'll be right.
See, Tony hits upon a subject that we're probably going to get really into for a long way. Because, what are we going to do here? Nigel. God.
Ronbo. What's up, man?
Nigel. Tony just hit me some. I didn't. McGlinchey's injury.
That's some good information right there.
Right? Did you know that he may not be back?
No. Yeah, those quad injuries, man, those are devastating. Depending on how bad it was. And apparently it's pretty bad because he ain't coming back the rest of the season. So
we knew that, but I mean,
that's horrible
forever not coming back? Oh man.
Yeah,
he doesn't deserve that.
That's not good.
And he was having his best years.
I never really trashed on him. I never really trashed on him too badly, although I didn't think he was ever very good at, like we all know, he wasn't a very good pass protector. Yeah. He was a great run blocker, but he was just really one-dimensional on that side of it. But, that's pretty sad, man. Hopefully he does recover from it. You don't no matter what you think about somebody, like as a player, you don't want
to see him seriously get hurt. Like I mean, I don't even want to see Drake Kirkpatrick get seriously hurt. And right now, I'd love to put him in the closet and lock the door. God, he made me mad yesterday. What was that?
We just want to cut him from the team, but not get hurt. But Yeah, it's one of those things. Man, Ronbo, this season's crazy, man. It's like, the first 2-3 games were kind of, we're like, okay, yeah, we're doing all right. And then we lose a heartbreaker to the Packers, and I think that game right there is what kind of just that for some reason it just did something to the mentality of our team. Like that's where the downfall started for me, obviously for the team, but like it did something to the players, to the coaching staff that it had a greater effect than what I thought it would. I was like, well, they hung in there, and they did good against one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Aaron Rodgers, and it just like it shattered them. And right now we're in flux, and we're trying to figure out who we are 5 years into Shanahan's regime. That's not a good spot to be.
Yeah.
Like right now, he should have his he should be set in as far as his system and he should have an identity. And 5 years in, he still doesn't have an identity. That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't know what to think half the time about him.
You got one season.
Yeah.
It's. What do you think Jed York is thinking? This is the thing that's the $1 million question. What is Jed thinking?
I bet you he's pissed. I mean, if you look at Shanahan on his losses, like when he's talking to the media, you can kind of tell that he probably is getting some flack or an earful from Jed for sure, because he kind of looks like one of those guys like he's going to hear it from somebody, I mean, you could just tell in his face he's not happy, and I mean, as well he shouldn't be, but what I'd be thinking is if I was Jed, like, you better get this straightened out or I'm going to start looking for somebody else, because like I said, 5 years in, we should not be in this position. I mean, with supposedly an offensive guru.
Yeah, and they've been with him for years. By now, everybody should know their job. Well, you know what's so funny about that, Nigel? They look like they know what they're doing, but there's a lack of execution. There's lapses that don't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like Tony pointed out, yeah, the Cardinals are good at forcing fumbles and things like that. But you know what? Our guys didn't just fall off the turnip truck and start playing football yesterday. They know that. Get ready.
Yeah.
I mean, I give Ayuk a pass, but George, not you.
Yeah.
I just don't.
It's definitely something weird. I don't know. It's just like compounding problems after problems, and like that's what happens to. I hate to say it, with bad and mediocre teams, and you know what it feels like we are, Ronbo. We feel like we're the tallest midget, like we're the best of the worst teams right now, and
that's a great way to.
Sucks,
that's a clever
man.
analogy. Tall midgets.
Yeah, well, that's who we are right now. We're gonna beat all the crappy teams, but we ain't winning against any of the good teams. That's for sure.
And we had to fight to beat
and
those
I'm worried
crappy
about
teams,
this week.
Nigel. God.
Yeah. And then like we got the Rams coming up, Ronbo, and I'm like, man, we play them good every year.
But
and my wife always tells me, because she's a math teacher, about statistics. Like, she's like, that's not how it works, and and I'm like, well, it's almost like we're almost due for a loss against these guys, because we've been whooping up on them so long.
Don't let her give you don't give me any formula. Don't ask, because it won't say what you want to hear. Elijah, we gotta go though. Let me see you on Wednesday, okay?
All right, man. Have a good rest of your night. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, fam. Night. Yeah.
Bye.
God, what is the probability, right? You start getting into stats and you start coming into probability. What is the probability of the 49ers winning next Monday night? You don't want to know. Don't put it to equation. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, it's Monday night, coming off of a loss, unlike last Monday, coming off of a win. And we were so excited. We thought we were ready to go. Momentum, we got them. Everything's popping on high. The volume's up. We're getting ready to roll. We're playing against a team that doesn't have their stars. Let's go ahead and mop the floor with them. And what they do, they came in and mowed the grass with the 49ers. You believe that? Bethel.
Yeah.
Now, seems like they're all taking responsibility for it. Is this going to be enough to fire them up this week, or have they lost all confidence? And are they going to be ready to play the Rams next Monday, do you think?
I don't know, because I got worried because of what Kyle said in his press conference. If he would have said from the beginning when he got in the press conference, hey, you know what, it was my fault, stuff like that, instead of saying it today, you know, it would have been something else. But when I seen that he said that he doesn't talk to any of the defense, he doesn't talk to even his offense, that's worrisome, because
That was, huh?
I don't see no coach. If you see Bill Belichick, he's in the sideline talking to his defense and telling, hey, what's up with you guys? What are you guys doing? You know, he's over here motivating them, trying to, you know, get them to play better. Any other coach does that, even your offense. And that's
what did he
kind
say?
of worrisome because –
And Bethel even said, I don't work like that. I don't work like that?
Yeah, and I'm like, unless the only reason that our defense and our other people clicked was because of the dogs that we let go of our Bugner, that, you know, he'll be saying stuff to our defense. Richard Sherman, another one that will pump up our defense and give all these inputs. You know, if it wasn't for them, that's why we went probably to the Super Bowl, because they're the ones, you know, pumping everybody up.
True.
Not our coaches. You know, and, you know, the bad thing is that, you know, the worst thing about it is that I remember last year we were saying, hey, we should get Salah, you know, as our head coach. If our Salah played the team that we played, the Colts, they put 30 points on the Colts.
With a
If
rookie
they had
quarterback.
better, with two
Wait a
rookie
minute, was White
quarterbacks.
playing, or was he in there? White came in. Their second string quarterback that's having. You know what? That's going to be a quarterback competition next year
because
too.
the other quarterback actually got injured,
Yeah.
and he scored a touchdown like if it was nothing. So I was wondering if we would have Salah in here with this talent, he probably would have embarrassing.
Bethel, you know, you make a good point, because you know what? Salah would have hired his buddy LaFleur. LaFleur runs the same offense as Kyle anyway. So what you get is you get Salah and LaFleur. You know what, though? I'm not actually a get rid of Kyle guy, but but you're saying I could see we'd still be running. I don't have a problem with Kyle's offense. What I have a problem with is that Kyle strips the quarterback of his identity and puts him into this discipline that I'm not sure if that's beneficial or not. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that, you know, a leader, you know, talks to his offense. A leader talks to his defense, you know, no matter what, because that's your team. You're the one calling all the shots.
Yeah.
I go, if you don't want that kind of responsibility, then you should not be head coaching. You should be in the booth calling plays, you know, doing what you need to do in the booth.
You know what? I wonder if Kyle would be better upstairs where he can see the field and observe the defenses a little better than because you can't see everything from where he's standing. I really think that makes a difference.
Yeah.
He won't do it. I think somebody else suggested it. Leave Mike McDaniel down on the field. Or leave him up in the booth.
Yeah,
Maybe he is
like,
up in the booth. I don't know.
You know, it's, you know, you don't know what, you know, going on. It's just the other issue is that the other head coach that we gave, you know, fired for Coach Shanahan has the same winning percent as him.
Chip Kelly?
That's embarrassing. Yeah, Chip Kelly. You know,
I see these are that's why I don't look at the numbers. It's only going to make me mad.
Yeah. You know, so, you know, hopefully, you know, Kyle, you know, something happens that, you know, he goes, you know, right now the best thing is for Kyle is, you know, just get some wins. It doesn't matter about playoffs, doesn't matter about anything, just win.
Yeah.
Because
Well-
I actually like something what Jimmy said when they asked him about the fans, and he said, "Yeah, these fans. That's why they call faithful because they stay here and they deserve a win."
That's right.
You know,
and Monday night would be a great time to start. Beth, we're going to run out of time.
Yes.
I love your points. Let's be back Wednesday, okay?
Okay, like always, Ronbo, good show.
Thanks,
And
Beth.
hit the like for Ronbo Sports.
Thanks,
And
man.
let's go Niners.
Indeed. And let's
Win
stop
or
fooling
lose.
around.
No,
Yes.
Yeah.
Night, Bethel.
All right. Good night, Ron.
And Okie Niner says Lynch and Parag Moth is the downfall. Oh, man. I don't know. I really wish we could actually, if you could operate or get a full examination and run a diagnostic on this organization and find out what the real problem is. Does it stem from one spot? Does it trickle from the top to the bottom? What is the problem? They've got talents out there. Why aren't you doing better? Mac Wavy Money Man, Jed will fire Ryans or Lynch before Shanahan. That's a fact. Jed knows what he has with Kyle and won't let him go. Stop crying, hashtag not faithful. You know, Mac Wavy, you make a good point. Jed's not going to fire Kyle. D'Amico, if the defense continues to crumble, that seat will get hot before Kyle's. T-Flow!
Hey, yo, what up, Ronbo?
T-Flow, I tell you, it's going terrible, because we're sitting here wondering why we have to lose every Sunday. And we haven't played Thursday yet, but we got Monday coming up. So, D-Flow, I don't know. You've been talking about Kyle continuously as being the guy that really is the problem here, and he's responsible for everything that goes on. And you're right, and Kyle says it himself. T-Flow, now that it's become pretty, it's just like a lighthouse over the station now. I mean, the stadium now, with it pointing at Kyle. Do you think he's going to try to make conscious adjustments now and change his fashion and style to make sure that it doesn't look exactly the same next Sunday or next Monday?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to understand because we got to understand Kyle was one with the silver spoon in his mouth. All right, so we don't know if he knows how to go through adversity, like how D'Amico Ryans does. So we don't really know that. We got to see it in order to believe it because anybody can say it anybody can talk about it, but action speaks louder than words.
True.
That's how I have to see it.
Yeah.
Because Kyle Shanahan, there's a lot of stuff that's going wrong with him. He talks about Brandon Ayuk was not doing baseball or was not doing being a pro football player, but he's playing him, but he's not giving him opportunities to throw. So any quarterback giving opportunities for him to throw, but now he's getting opportunities. He's still dominating. So I just want to know where does that factor in when he puts in Tom Compton, where everybody knows how bad he was last year, and ever since we got Tom Compton, we all knew how bad he was. And everybody knows when it comes to offensive alignment, he wants everybody to be rotational. If you play left guard, you better play left tackle or center. You got to play either of those positions. Yeah. If you're a guard, you got to play left guard, right guard, and center. You got to learn how to do those three. If you're a tackle, especially backup, you got to know how to play left and you got to know how to play right because Kyle wants to make sure if anybody gets hurt, you know how to use them, right? And what's that like? Is it Moore, the one that we got?
Jalen Moore, right?
Yeah, Jalen Moore, right? He was originally supposed to be like a tackle. They wanted to move into a tackle, but why would you work him out all 8 weeks at left tackle? Why would you even do that where we got the best left tackle in the game? Why wasn't he even using him during practices of him playing right guard?
Like you're saying,
of right tackle.
They want him to be add to his versatility. I got to tell you though, from what I understand, Jalen was actually going to be groomed because of his size to play guard.
Yeah, so right, but during the whole training camp, he was playing tackle.
By necessity, though.
He wasn't playing guard.
Remember, Trent was out.
Yeah.
Did he start the season? Something was wrong with Trent. Yeah.
No, he wasn't out. He started.
He didn't get hurt.
Trent.
Something. Yeah. Okay.
No, he didn't get hurt. He recently got hurt. And also too, what gets me mad is he won't put in whatchamacallit, Trey Lance because he says he's not ready. But then again, you look at our center, he's playing suspect. He's not really blocking. He ain't really doing anything. But what he does is he does call the protection really great. Our right guard, Ruskill, I don't know what's going on with him. He's not even playing like how he was last year.
I know, right?
But he's giving him opportunities and after opportunities after opportunities after opportunities each week. Both are either him and McGlinchey. So why wasn't he getting the right guard and right tackle during the whole 8 weeks? But then again, if Brandon Ayuk wasn't running fast during practice, he won't even give him an opportunity. Why is that? Why isn't he giving opportunity?
And
because we all can see.
Don't you wonder if he asked Ayuk, you know what I got you down for? I got you down at 8, 9 miles an hour. I need for you to work harder than that. And if it's a hustle thing, and I know about it, T-Flow, you played ball before. I'm going to pick it up. Okay, see, I didn't know y'all was paying no attention. I mean, I didn't know nobody was watching me. But I guess you do, because they put the thing on you to measure. But still, just tell me, okay? I shouldn't have to be told.
He's less than Allen Iverson. You know what? We're talking about practice, not the game. We're talking about practice.
They make a lot of judgment off of practices, so. But yeah.
Yeah, and also too is I'm kind of scared because McVay, he hasn't beat Shanahan yet. So he hasn't really beat him, and he has a quarterback that he likes, right? And so far, almost every offensive coordinator that he played against, Kyle Shanahan is getting outplayed by the other opposing offensive coordinators, right? Because we always talk about, Niners had a lot of injuries. You don't think Cliff Kingsbury had injuries? He lost his starting running back during the game.
He had
right?
his list was long. And they went out there and just beat the brakes off the 49ers.
Points. Put up 31 points. So from now on, I don't want to hear any 49er fans saying about injuries because every team has injuries. It's called this Kyle Shanahan know how to be a manager and be a leader of men tell them what to do to motivate them because we all heard last week when we beat Chicago, it wasn't Kyle Shanahan who led the pep talk. It was who? John Lynch, who played the game, who was a leader in football, who knows how to do this. Because as of right now, we gave Kyle Shanahan everything. He's a manager. He's an offensive coordinator.
And he's the reason why we win and lose.
Director of personnel.
Exactly.
Yeah,
we got to pull up, though.
He controls the team.
I agree.
So there's a lot of play right now. Like Kyle has to learn how to say, you know what? He has to be like the guy from Dallas. You know what? I'm gonna just be the manager of the team. I'll just have the authority somewhere else. That's what you have to learn.
I got you, fam. Let's see you Wednesday, okay? And we'll continue.
All right, Ronbo, have a good one.
You too. Night, D-Flow. We're all echoing this. We're all feeling the same things. I can see that right now. Hey, Jerry.
Ronbo.
Jay,
hello?
who is this?
Ronbo. Yeah. I'm so wrong about not drafting Mac Jones, Ronbo. Like, come on, man.
You've been on Twitter again, haven't you?
Man, he could have taken to the Super Bowl this year, Ronbo.
Hey, I tell you what, though, Jay, it's organization. This is what we're talking about. Mac Jones, if he was with us, it probably wouldn't look like that, right? Mac Jones is doing well because Belichick doesn't take no trash. You do your job, and if you don't do your job, I'm going to fire you. Because you know what? I got a feeling the Patriots are going to the playoffs. Why? Because they're well-disciplined. Nobody's out there assing around. They're not having those days. They make mistakes, sure, but not overwhelmingly like we do. Dang.
Yeah.
Are they gonna wake up this weekend, though? Did they do enough to make themselves think, hey, I guess we got to make some changes?
Yeah. Hello?
Go ahead.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Okay. What's it called? I was just kidding about that, by the way. I wasn't
I know.
serious.
It sounded like it.
But, it did, okay. Look, here, we could change this. This is how I feel like we could change this. We, the faithful, first and foremost, we could change this by let's see. By what's it called? This is gonna sound crazy, but not showing up to the home games, Rombo.
See,
I want to start a petition to
Jay,
not
you may
go to
not.
home games.
You may not have
And
to, Jay. People might already be ahead of you. If I'm a
look,
ticket holder, season ticket holder, if I smell one drop of rain coming down on Monday night, I'm not going. And normally, if I'm a season ticket holder, I'm going to the game regardless if we have a snowstorm, right? But people are saying now, I went out there, I paid for parking, I paid this for the concession stand. It's charging way too much money, but I contributed plenty to that. I sat there and I watched the game that I didn't appreciate. Why would I put myself through that again? You know?
yeah, didn't they raise the prices up of the tickets, right?
Of course. They got-
Look, yeah. Here's how I know we could look. If we stop going to games and stuff, Jay York is gonna step up and he's gonna have to fire someone probably. Let's be honest here. And I look. Remember in the draft, what did we all say? All the Niner fans. Remember what we said? No Mac Jones. That's why we didn't draft him because of us.
You think so?
We do.
Maybe.
Yes.
The
We
pressure.
have the power to change this. Yes. Zed York, he listens to the faithful because, he's a fucking idiot, but,
Hey,
like,
Jay, you know what's so funny? Remember the airplane flights? The banner flying over the stadium? 2016, right?
Yes.
And we're getting beat every week like we are now. And Jed was bothered. He's going to come out.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, here's the thing. At the end of the season, because Jed didn't talk last year at the end of the season, but when Jed comes out at the end of the season to address the masses, then there's trouble in paradise. We'll see what happens at the end of this season.
Yep. And, the Rams, I don't know, man. This is a 50-50 game. We feel like we could still go to the playoffs, being delusional, but whatever. And, what's it called?
Okay. Jay, remember one
What?
thing though. I just know this though. I look at the situation with Cooper Kupp. He is the heart and soul. There's something wrong with Robert Woods. He's not doing that much this year. I don't know if it's just something between him and Stafford or what. But if you take Cooper Kupp out of the equation, now they've got just a running game. Their offensive line was exposed last night. I just have this sneaky feeling that the 49ers are going to surprise people. Stafford is no more mobile than Jared Goff was. Those sidearm cute passes and everything are not going to work if he's under siege. I do see this being a close game, if nothing else, Monday night.
Yeah. Don't they still got Deshaun Watson, right? Deshaun Watson?
Deshaun Watson. The Rams?
Yeah. Yeah, the Rams. Or Jackson. They still got him, right?
No, he left them. Here's something else, too.
Oh.
We got the Shark, and he's still healthy. He's not going to do anything with Cooper Kupp. I think the way this game is going to shape up. Let's see what we can do with Aaron Donald. Because now that we don't have a right side offensive line, I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah. One other thing, or two. What's it called? I don't like Trey. I mean, I don't like how Trey. Have you heard that Trey Sermon unfollowed I
found
think a 49ers page or something?
Somebody said Twitter's. They've been digging around. They said that's a hoax. Came from an account.
Is it really?
Yeah, they said it's not true.
Oh, okay.
And somebody posted up his account. It shows he's still following everybody. Somebody who doesn't like Trey Sermon must have put that up.
Right. Okay. Wait. Look, I still don't like Kyle as a coach, man. Like he. Okay, never mind. I was about to say something, but I don't want to be.
You got to wait because things may change suddenly for reasons we won't be able to explain, and you don't want to have to come back and apologize.
Yeah. Like after the Rams, if we win or lose, I don't care. Let's just still start Trey Lance against the Jaguars and just keep him as a starter. Just give him the keys. Oh well. Yeah. Because look, I don't care if we win or lose with Trey Lance. At least he's getting the experience, and that's it. Because this season is
it's over.
It's pretty much over. It's pretty much.
You're gonna say that, Jay. We're gonna be. Let me tell you what. Let me see you Wednesday.
Ronbo, one more thing though.
Can you do it in 10 seconds? Go.
Yeah, well, it's kind of. Have you seen that new Netflix documentary on Colin Kaepernick?
Funny you ask. I just started watching that yesterday.
Bro, it's so good. It's so good.
Funny,
you should watch the whole thing.
Kyle,
Honestly, I cried. I ain't gonna lie.
It's
No, I
awesome.
didn't cry, but I teared up. But it's definitely, I recommend it to anyone that it's on Netflix. It's called
I
Callan
always
Black and
wondered
White.
how he grew up. That was awesome. Anyway, good call. See you Wednesday, okay?
You have a good day, Ronbo.
You too,
Yeah,
fam.
you too. Bye.
El Papa Dragon.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Bob, man, we're sitting there listening to things that are being said around Santa Clara. And, everybody's doing what you're supposed to do after you lose. Was my fault, and I need to look within myself. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody, but I just know that I need to do my part to make this team a winner. I'm going to show you that. And, they never say I'm going to do that. I'm aware of it. But, Pop, now that everybody has had this sudden flash, is it going to make a difference? Is Kyle now taking responsibility meaning anything to you?
No, it's not going to make a difference. I mean, I said at the beginning of the season that if we stayed healthy and if the offensive line played well, we would win 9 games. That's the kind of talent that we have at quarterback. If you have an efficient quarterback who doesn't make the Pro Bowl, okay, who is not a top 10 guy, who doesn't throw 30-something touchdowns a season, that's 9 wins if everything goes well. So let's look at what's happened. We've lost our secondary. We've lost our offensive line.
Yeah.
We've lost our intensity at the beginning of games. Okay. Obviously, that's a very big problem. You've lost leadership. So you've had a lot of losses. A lot of things that went wrong. I don't see where I'm going to get my 6 victories. The player
6? Because we got 3. Yeah, you're talking 3 more wins?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
maybe.
What I'm saying is I predicted 9 victories with Jimmy Garoppolo as quarterback. I'm not saying that Jimmy Garoppolo is the problem. I've never, ever said, okay, you remove him, it'll be fixed. I truly believe that with the way that this team is structured, that Jimmy Garoppolo has to play well. He can't turn the ball over, and we'll be okay. So I don't think any of those things have changed.
To be fair, it goes way beyond Jimmy. What happened yesterday
Whoa,
should
whoa,
have been
whoa.
a win.
Hang on a
And he had little to do with the fumbles. And the defense really, I think sometimes we have this thing of putting Jimmy into a vacuum. He isn't responsible for everything that happens on the field.
The fans didn't do that, and I'm not saying he's responsible. I'm saying what he is, Ronbo. That's all I'm doing.
I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you. I'm not blaming him. I'm just telling you what he is.
I'm saying even if Tom Brady was the quarterback, you'd still get similar results. You've got to have solid play all around the field.
That's not true. That's not true.
If
you have Tom Brady, if a quarterback, like if you have Tom Brady, or if you have, hang on a second. Think about it this way. When Tom Brady went down to Tampa Bay, people started coming with him. Now all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, Tom Brady's my quarterback. I'm not giving up a sack. I'm not getting Tom sacked.
Okay, but here's the thing.
People raised their game.
2018.
People raised their game.
One thing I want to say though, before he left Belichick, he sucked. He had the worst year of his career. Why? He wasn't surrounded by good players, and the ones he had, Gilmore was screwing up. Everybody was screwing up. There is no such thing as one guy that can actually be pivotal, because a poor quarterback with a great team is still going to win.
Okay, first of all, you're the one making it about Jimmy. I'm not.
No, I'm just saying, because you said if you have a great quarterback doing this, this, and this, I'm saying, I think it goes beyond that. But go ahead.
It does go beyond that, but Tom Brady is a different paradigm. Remember, if he comes, other players will come, and they'll come at a cheaper price.
That's
different.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reality.
You're bringing talent.
I'm not saying I'm not saying he's going to come here and his skill set to on to light things on fire. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying that it's unrealistic at this particular point to change who you are midway through a season when you've gone through the injury bug yet again. So obviously they have to make changes. Otherwise, they're going to continue down the same old rabbit hole. So, yeah, I don't care what Kyle says at this point. And honestly, what is he going to do? Step down? Would you walk away from $60 million? I would.
Nobody's going to do that. That's true.
I mean,
but
they
just
may
going through the motions,
him
and
out
if
of the
I feel
contract.
that, I'm going to be really disappointed.
Right. Now I will say this, that I think the turning point of this season happened during the Green Bay game, where Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have to make a pass. Only thing he had to do was run 10 more seconds off the clock. That was under his power. That was his control. He could have
No,
done that. There's a big old game
it
clock at the
was
end zone.
it was Shanahan's.
Big,
It was Shanahan
no,
who's running
no,
the team. He could have
no.
told Jimmy.
He's not
He
saying hut, hut, hut. He's not.
called
He's
timeout.
on the field.
Pop,
If you're in the
call.
huddle,
If I'm the head coach, Pop.
if
If
you're
you
in
were
the
the head
huddle,
coach, from what you're saying now, if you're the head coach, you're going to tell Jimmy, listen, look at the clock. What are we going to do? We're going to do this. These are
I'm
things,
not disputing that, Rambo. I'm not.
That's what I'm just.
I'm
I just
not.
want to make that clear.
I'm
All right,
saying
go ahead.
you can make that clear all you want, but I just saw the
It's-
exact opposite happen the week before. I saw Kyler Murray in the huddle running the clock down. Do you understand? He ran it down on his own. That's within his power to do. When you catch the ball in the middle of the field and you're open, and you know people are closing around you because this is the NFL. How many tight ends do you see trying to hurdle people?
I don't
Nobody
know.
but Kittle.
I've got real.
Are
Some
you
people say
are you
that. I've got
are you
real
catching the
mixed
ball?
emotions about that. We're struggling to get into
Are
that
you
game.
catching the ball?
Yeah.
We're not a smart team. We're not a smart team. We're not an intense team.
What if you
And that's
fail?
hurting us right now.
That could backfire,
That's
though.
hurting us
What
right
if
now.
you failed to get in the end zone because you were trying to manipulate the clock? Right now, you need to get
But
to a position where you
that's
can win.
it's not a manipulation. The play call doesn't change. It
Does
doesn't.
the circumstances may have not
The
been the
play is
same
the
either.
same.
Okay.
They may not have been. But the point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make is
You
that
go ahead and
as
you whittle
a
down the clock and don't give Aaron Rodgers time to get
I'm
back on. I
just
know exactly
saying
what you're saying.
that was a pivotal loss for us.
Yeah,
It
well,
just was, because we walked away the same way we walked away from our Super Bowl loss. We walked away from a Super
Shame.
Bowl loss like we won the game. Oh, we won that game. We just let them have it. We let them off the hook.
I tell you something else
So
too,
let's
Pop,
go out
about
and
that Super
party
Bowl.
because we won it.
You know what?
I'm just
Even if
saying,
he makes that
in
catch and gets a
general,
touchdown, Mahomes has
I
over a
know,
minute
but
and something to catch up.
but it
Pop,
doesn't
let's-
matter. It doesn't happen. It
I
didn't
like
happen.
this.
We have to
I
be
like this
realistic
argument.
and stop thinking like we won stuff, because we haven't won anything.
That's
That's
I
all
like
I'm
this.
saying.
Let's bring this back
We
Wednesday.
haven't won
I love this
anything.
argument. We haven't.
It's not an
We've lost
argument.
a lot.
It's the truth.
Yes, I know.
It's an alternative fact for you. It's the
Yeah.
truth for me. All right. That's why people are so
Listen,
pissed off. That's
and
why
wearing
I'm not
red
pissed off.
lipstick on Friday instead of Saturday is also an option you got to think about. Bob,
Hey, it's an
I hear
alternative
you though.
fact.
I do feel you on this,
I got,
but
I got
is
one more
something
thing to say, Ronbo.
Pop,
I
we
got
just
one
don't
more
have
thing to
time. Production's going to shut you down. I just know it because we're way over
say.
time
I love
already.
you, Ronbo.
Back at you, fam. You know I do. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right.
All right.
All right.
J-Dog.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? What's going on, brother?
Oh, J-Dog, hold on a second. I got...
Rambo.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Christopher Hegler says, let's go, Brandon. Hang in, 49er fam. Love you all. Peace. All right. J-Dog, go ahead. Sorry.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo? What's going on,
J-Dog out
brother,
in
man?
Boston. Hey, J-Dog, man, because, we're at... The 49ers have hit inflection points twice this year. And just like Pop just pointed out, but they don't seem to rebound in a positive fashion from any of these really mind-bending experiences. And I don't know what it's going to take. If I'm Kittle and I'm Ayuk, there's no way in hell I'm going to have a fumble. It's focus, intensity, and intent. You're on the hook. Make sure you do everything right. Don't stop thinking. Because quite frankly, J-Dog, I look at Elijah Mitchell, who's getting hit over and over and over and over again. That little running back is not giving the ball up. I just don't know what goes on in the minds of some of these guys. And then we end up having these kind of conversations after the game. J-Dog, have you saw anything that's going to make you believe things are going to change from the coaching staff on down to the players? Since they all mentioned that.
Let me tell you something right now, Ronbo Sports, man. Shout outs to Ronbo Sports. Thanks for having me and taking my call.
Thank you, J-Dog.
It's just like I told you before. I'll tell you again, man. Kyle Shanahan is an absolute dumpster fire. I'm sick and tired of you, Kyle Shanahan. You're hurting my soul.
I'm looking, me and my son hadn't grown up with Joe Montana and Steve Young. He's like, Dad, what are these 49ers? What are these big, bad, tough 49ers that you were telling me about? And then you bring this out, that right side looking like that. You know, we don't even run the ball in the first half. You getting out coached by Cliff Kingsbury. You don't talk to your defensive coordinator. Kyle Shanahan, what's going on? Because we're in trouble. The faithful have spoken. I'm tired. The faithful have spoken. What's going on? And then you don't play the young Trey Lance. So what, next year? We're going to have another shitty year next year? And then what after that? Then you got to pay Debo. You got to pay Kittle. You got to pay, I'm sorry, not Kittle, Bosa. So what's going on? What's the direction? You know, what's going on? Then you got guys like Deshaun Jackson. Everybody said we don't need a receiver. Bullshit. We need somebody that can get open. We need speed, man. We're not a fast team. We're not a tough team. We don't have any identity. You don't expect our defense to be carrying the team. He's supposed to be an offensive guru. He's supposed to be this genius. This playbook is ass. And let's be facts about that. The Kyle Shanahan supporters, where are you? Show up. This is J-Dog from Boston, the man who told you we would run the table if Kyle Shanahan got his head out of his ass. Guess where his head's at? In his ass. And it don't smell good. Kyle Shanahan, you're a dumpster fire, and we're stuck. He ain't going nowhere unless we trade him, and that's not going to happen. He's not walking away from an extended contract. We're screwed. What the hell are we going to do now? We ain't got no first-round picks for the next 2 years. Ooh. And Trey Lance still ain't ready. You don't develop anybody. You got all these guys you drafted, you don't even play. You hang on to Jalen Hurts like he got paperwork on you or something. What's going on, man? You John Lynch, where the hell are you at? What happened to this John Lynch that was popping dudes, that was knocking guys' blocks off? I don't see that in the front office. We're in trouble, guys. Faithful, we're in trouble. You can disagree with me all you want. I respect it. You got to respect it. We're in trouble. And I don't know where we go from here, Ronbo. I don't got the answers. Do anybody got the answers? Tell me, because we're in trouble. Kyle Shanahan supporters, where are you? Show up. I need to hear something, because this stuff stinks, and we ain't going nowhere fast. Nowhere. Press the panic button. Go buy one and press it. We're screwed. This guy's extended. He still got Brandon Ayuk on damn kick return. I'm still tired of that shit. And then when Brandon Ayuk finally has a good return, he puts Muhammad Sanu back there. What the hell is going on? He ran the ball 8 times with Elijah Mitchell when he was getting coach circles around him by Cliff Kingsbury. This is ridiculous. I don't know, Ronbo. I'm sorry, man. I know I'm a little, but man, I'm telling you, man, it hurts my soul. The pain.
No need to apologize.
We ain't Ronbo. We next year we in trouble. What we gonna do next year? Trey Lance don't get no burn this year.
See, J-Dog, I've been worried about that. At the same time, I wonder why. Remember when C.J. Beathard was on this team, he didn't hesitate.
You bringing that stiff Mike Compton?
Yeah,
where the hell is Jalen Moore at?
This is the thing. We have some problems that don't have answers. I really do wonder if and when the time comes to make decisions, what they're going to make. Because from what we've seen so far, the draft, they're not playing. Those guys that aren't playing, all those draft picks, they're not playing for a reason. I got a feeling, because there's no way finals to hold him back. How come Ambry Thomas ain't playing? Demo, we seen him. He wasn't that bad, but he's still not that great. You got to be careful in the draft.
Let me ask you something, Ronbo, that you I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, brother. Let me ask you something that you already know. Did he ever roll Jimmy out the pocket one time in that game?
Don't get me started
on
that.
Did he ever move the pocket? Did you see Jimmy on any bootlegs or anything like that?
I think once or twice, as I remember. But otherwise, stay there under center, get rid of the ball quick, and hopefully you don't get knocked to blue Jesus.
Line up Jimmy in the shotgun every play. Like, that's not Jimmy's strength. What are you doing? What are you trying to do?
And our receivers don't get
It
open.
makes no
We don't
sense.
have a Julio Jones or
You don't.
you know, okay. Jay, we got to go to fam. This could go on for hours
Yep.
with you and me. So I tell you what,
Yeah.
I'll see you
Let me
Wednesday,
just,
okay?
Let me just give thank you for taking my call.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
And to the faithful, I love y'all. Love y'all in the chat, man. Jade off from Boston. Boston in the house. 49ers in the house. Peace out to the faithful. Peace out, Ronbo Sports. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Boston in the house. 49ers in the house. Ronbo, we love you, bro.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Hey, appreciate your fam. You know this. Love you back. Talk to you later. It's J
Yes,
Dog
sir. You know it.
out of New England. And Kenny Powers, come on in. All right, whoa. Hey, let me talk to this guy
Ronbo.
way out of line. Hey, the health
Ronbo.
chicks. Wait a minute, hold on a second. I got a problem here. I don't allow no racism here, bruh. I will boot you in a heartbeat. If I see one more, you're out of here. Racism, bigotry, it don't roll in this chat. You can do it. You can take shots at people all you want to, but you will stay away from that kind of talk. Do I make myself clear? You got one more time. All right. Hey, Kitty, go ahead.
Ronbo, how you doing, brother?
I'm feeling like a guy that just lost again as a 49er fan. Kitty, I don't
Not
know.
looking good, Ronbo. 3
I
and
know,
5.
you know.
Not looking good.
It's strange.
Everybody's asking Kyle questions now. What's
Big
going
questions.
on, Kyle?
You knew it was coming, though. He had to know it was coming. He knew. I think he said something like that. Because you know how Kyle has an attitude now when he talks to the press, because he knows they're going to ask him those penetrating questions. So, but what do you think is going to happen next, though? Because now
Kyle should have never been head coach.
Yeah,
He should have never been head coach. He got signed because he won in Atlanta. He didn't even win in Atlanta. Let's get that straight. He didn't even win in Atlanta.
As a matter of
He
fact.
got close, but he didn't even win. So now the Niners are saying Sanu, Tavon Wilson, Jalen Hurd, and McGlinchey are out for next week's game.
Wait.
But
Sanu,
to go a step further,
McGlinchey, and who else?
Sanu, Tavon Wilson, Jalen Hurd, and
Tavon.
McGlinchey supposedly are out for next week's game.
Tavon. What are we going to do?
But after that,
it's safety.
But after that, listen to this though. After that, they said Jalen Hurd's out for the season.
Oh, they finally went ahead and said it. May as well, because you're getting heat now anyway.
So
don't
what?
wait.
The only question, Ronbo, and to the whole empire, the only question right now is, who did Jalen Hurd beat out? He had to beat out somebody to get the roster spot.
Remember, we were all pissed off about that return man that went to Chicago. I think he got cut again though.
Something happened because after 8 weeks, you say Jalen Hurd's hurt and he's out for the season. So who did he beat? I mean, we could have had somebody who could have actually helped us, Ronbo.
Kenny, that's a good point. Who should we have kept and got rid of Jalen?
I don't know. Who did he beat out? That's what I want to know. Who did he beat out? Who take your pick. You know what I'm saying? They're not being real exclusive with it. They're not telling us too much.
Kenny, there's a lot of people that everybody wanted to see stay. I don't really know where Jalen stood in that list, though.
Yeah, but we held on to him for this long, and just to say that he's out for the season, it's like, well.
And see, that's
Kenny,
that's
a lot,
it. That's it, right? That's it right there.
This is all Kyle's fault. This is what I'm saying. This is Kyle's fault.
But they've invested so
Kyle,
much time.
he's a good supposedly he's a good offensive coordinator. I haven't seen the guru part yet.
Yeah. Well, they don't use that term with him now since we're not winning. But you know what? They've invested so much time and money into Jalen Hurd. Now it's like you can't get rid of him, just like the Jet last year. They spent all that time and money rehabbing and all that, and then just say goodbye. They just can't bring themselves to do it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Something's got to happen because if we keep on going down this road, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. I mean, 1995 was a long time ago, Kyle. Okay? Somebody got to tell Kyle that. 1995 is a long time, and we're trying to win something right now. We're not trying to wait 2 or 3 years for Trey Lance to learn it.
Yeah, see, and it takes polished quarterbacks at least a year or two to get Shanahan's offense.
And I'm not saying that that's Trey Lance's fault.
No, it's not.
He's a rookie, he has to learn and everything, but Kyle should have known.
Yes.
Do we want to win now, or do we want to wait for Trey Lance to learn, and then we'll just go along with it? Because Empires, they're hungry, just like I am. We're trying to win now. We're not trying to wait another 2 or 3 years.
Anything can happen in 2 or 3 years.
But once again, thanks for the platform. I know you got to do your thing. So
Thanks, Kenny.
I'll talk to you again soon.
All right, looking forward to that. I see you.
Thanks for real Kenny Powers, and I will be calling back soon. So don't worry.
I love it because there are some fake Kenny Powers out there. Kenny, looking forward to the next time. All right, have a great night.
All right, man.
Thanks,
All
Kenny. And area code 209. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yo, who is? What is your name?
My name is Alex Ronbo.
Alex, hi,
I've been
Alex.
listening to you about 4. How you doing?
Not good, Alex. You called me on a day when the happy is all gone. I can't find a smile. Alex, you know, being a 49er fan right now is really, I'm uncomfortable. You know that weird feeling you carry around when you're losing like this, and as opposed to that great feeling you have, and everything's cool when your team's winning. There's something about the 49ers that affects your whole being. Sometimes I'm walking around thinking, why the hell did they lose that game? Well, we lose by getting beat straight up, okay. But we go out there and play stupid football. It really bothers me, you know? So, yeah, that's how I'm feeling. But, you know, what are you thinking, Alex, after we've heard what we've heard? And lip service doesn't mean anything, but are you inspired by what you heard? Are the 49ers going to come out a ball of fire Monday night? What do you think is going to happen next?
Well, first, I've been listening to you for about 4 years, first-time caller, so
All right, well, thanks,
appreciate
Alex.
it. You know, I enjoy listening to you and all the fans out there. I was actually at the game with my family yesterday.
Oh, boy.
I don't know, it's frustrating. It's like the third game we went to this season. Niners can't ever get a win at home.
Going
I
on
listen
2
to you a
years?
lot and say like, yeah, I listen to you a lot like saying, oh well, I'm not like a file Kyle in that bandwagon, but at the same time, I'm just at the point it's like he hasn't done much, and you talk a lot about the dark years when we couldn't get wins. For me, it's just like this is a dark year. We didn't make the playoffs then,
Last
and
2 years.
we don't make the
yes.
playoffs now. So so it's a little frustrating that it's like, man, we should be the type of organization we are. We're used to winning championships. Is we can't even make the playoffs anymore. So it's just frustrating as a fan, you know.
It is, Alex, because we came into the season fully stocked. We got every position. We're looking stacked. Like 2020, same thing. Coming this season, looking stacked. Every position. I got Jordan, what's his name from the tight end from Washington? I got Jordan Reed. No, not Jordan. Jordan Reed, is that his last name?
Yeah.
I think we got
Yeah,
Jordan Reed.
yeah.
And we got, what? Who? Anyway, we got 2 Pro Bowl tight ends in George Kittle and Jordan, right? I said, oh, we go run 22 to death. You know, and no, they both go down one at a time. And then Mostert and everybody else goes down, and pretty soon you got back to square one, like now, you know? So that's why you get your feelings all pumped up. If we went into the season looking like, but okay, we don't expect too much. We're rebuilding. We're going to get back to brick by brick. Brick by brick was okay because we understood what our situation was. We didn't have brick by brick. The house is already built. Oh, let's go. No, y'all ain't going nowhere. So that's why it's really frustrating.
Yeah, no, that's the frustrating thing is because, I mean, like everybody says, yesterday Jimmy definitely wasn't the main reason why we lost the game. When you're there, you know, you see some of those, like, kind of the happy feet that he does, and you kind of, at home, you don't get to see the full, you know, camera sometimes, like, but sometimes, like, when you're there, it's like some obvious throws he could have made, or even for a professional quarterback, it's like it's there for him to make, but like I said, it's not all Jimmy. The whole team is trash. I just, as a fan, you look for hope, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if Trey Lance is going to be the solution either, but at least it gives you some type of hope or some type of glimmer to hold on to, because right now, it's like every game we watch the game, we're pissed off. We can't even get a win. Right now, the Steelers are handling the Bears. It's like every trash team we play, it's like we're struggling just to be trash teams, and everybody else goes and can handle them. So
what's the score with the Steelers and Bears?
It was 21-6. But
okay, because I wanted to put it in contrast as how we had to battle the Bears last week. Well, Bears have put a pretty good fight against the Steelers, actually.
yeah. So, but I know you got a lot of calls to take. Just wanted to thank you. Appreciate it. I like to listen to you all the time. So,
thanks,
appreciate it,
Alex. Appreciate that. Really do. Thanks a lot, fam.
All
If
right.
you got time Wednesday,
All right,
I'll be
have a
back
good
looking
night,
for you Wednesday. All right. Have a great night.
All right, appreciate it, man. Have a good night. All right, bye.
You. Hey, Rick.
What up, man?
Rick, you know, man, we're looking at 5 losses, and we're in week 9.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So, but Rick, I don't know. Every time these guys talk, for some reason, you get the false security of thinking, well, they gonna come out, they gonna go now, boy, they ready. They sound like they're mad, you know, but they're not mad. They're just putting things out there in perspective because the media ask them questions. I don't know what they're contemplating when they're alone, each one of them. I don't even know what Kyle's thinking really, because Kyle is very good at masking, because that's what they do. Him and John both. You'll never find out anything about what's going on with them unless you find it out later, because the media thinks they know, and they'll print things up that are all wrong, and then we'll find out something else later, right? So I'm wondering what they're going through now, and what do they hope to do to make some improvements on getting the ship to... Because quite frankly, Rick, we're sailing over a waterfall that's going to crash this boat into 1,000,000 pieces. I mean, what do you think is going to happen next?
Like I said before, what I need Kyle to do is make a decision. He is going to be a coordinator or be a coach. And if he's a coach, that means he's going to have to learn to delegate more, because something that's frustrating to me, watch at what I don't know if other people have seen it before, a coach like Mike Tomlin, he's not necessarily a good defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator. You can go back with who else? There's other people like what's that guy from the coach from the Ravens? Where they're not necessarily just a coordinator on one side. But what I'm saying is this, or even Jimmy Johnson back in the day with the Cowboys, whatever, they're not necessarily just a savant or whatever on one side of the ball. But what Kyle frustrates me with is, because he's not so much a coach, he wants to be more of a coordinator. You will see him sometimes when the defense is out on the field, he has his head down in the play thing, almost like he's trying to contemplate the next series or whatever for offense. Instead of just what you need to do is, if you have good coordinators, let them be coordinators. Mike McDaniels go up to the booth or on the field, whatever, DeMeco Ryans, whatever. But if he's a coach, then he's engaged in the game. So yesterday he would have went over to DeMeco Ryans and say, hey, buddy, you know what? They're playing you. They understand that you're playing them for the deep ball, and that they're throwing everything underneath. You might want to tighten up coverage. But no, he can't even see that, because all he's worried about is trying to be a coordinator. So it's like, dude, get off of that, be a coach, delegate. Because I mean, it's not rare. Even our great Bill Walsh had coordinators. Our great Bill Walsh, West Coast, had coordinators. So he can be the coach of the entire thing. So it's like, dude, stop trying to be a coordinator and a coach. Just be the coach and look at the everything in totality, because we need to be able to focus on the game and see the bigger picture versus, I need to worry about my next series and stuff like that. And that's something that bothered me. The other thing is, I would say take his influence off of John Lynch. You know what I'm saying? It's like, John Lynch, either you're going to be the GM for real, or let it go, because every time that Kyle has just had to have somebody, Kyle is whipped on a lot of players. You know what I'm saying? We're not even talking about his first year when he passed on Mahomes and Watson, but he told C.J. Beathard, because he was he was the most natural thrower of the football, or he had to get Joe Williams because he wouldn't have been able to sleep at night. And it's like, dude, he may let Kyle just say, look, this is what I'm looking for, characteristics, but you're actually going to get the body. Because you have to protect Kyle from himself. Because John Lynch, even when he said about Joe Williams, he was like, he quit on his football team in college. I don't know about him, but no, I just got to have him. No, dude, you're not a great talent evaluator. You're not. You whipped on in a lot of bad plays. So it was like, dude, just focus on being a coach. John Lynch, go ahead and be a good GM, get better scouting or whatever, because we keep passing on. Oh my God, I don't know who's their college scout evaluators.
It's the same group that was there with Chip Kelly and everybody else. I don't know why they won't go out and see if there's other better scouts.
Their evaluators,
man.
Like I said yesterday, we need to do a serious deep dive into this whole team as a whole. Because, I mean, we have a lot of one-year contracts, stuff like that. But I'm talking about in position of leadership, not only just with Jim and Kyle, but we need a better quarterbacks coach. Scangarello, he's not it. I promise you he's not it. But it's like go and get somebody who's actually good at developing developing QBs. To get somebody who's better at DBs, because right now our DBs, they don't look back for crap. They know how to hug somebody. They know how to hug somebody. If you want to give them a hug, they'll give you a hug, but they don't know how to look back at the ball. So that's just so we need to get better at positional coaching as well. But we can't just continue to go back and be like, oh, we're good, we're fine, oh, we're just messing up, we're doing this. No. Because at the end of the day, insanity is doing the exact same thing, expecting a different result. We've been the exact same trash team from last year to this year. Yeah, we keep saying injuries, but guess what? We're not the only injury-laden team.
That's so
it
true.
happens.
Rick, we got to stop,
happens.
though.
So guess what?
We need to get over it, and just like everybody else, find a way to overcome.
But we have to find a way to overcome, man.
Exactly. Rick, we're going to go. Let me see you Wednesday, and
absolutely,
see what Kyle's cooking next.
All right, man.
Good night, Rick. Eric Colt. All right, Rick. Eric Colt is 901. Hello. 901. Yes. And what is your name?
Oh, my name is Brian Laws. I'm calling from Memphis, Tennessee. I'm a first-time caller.
Well, hi, Brian. Delighted to meet you. Come on in, man. And it's too bad it wasn't a better occasion as you make this first call. But, Brian, you might have some things on your mind anyway. So you know what? You go right ahead, because I'm looking at what's being said, and that's all we can do, Brian, is digest what they're saying and come to conclusions, and some of them probably are wrong. But I don't know, Brian. What are you thinking about what Kyle is admitting to? The players realize they're not doing that. I needed to see more emotion, I think. When I look at the guy standing up there, I know I was off. They just say, well, I know we're going to have to play better. Every time I hear him say we're going to play better, I want to throw up. I said, come on, guys, we gotta play better. That's all you got to say on this? And then they go ahead and elaborate a little bit, But what are you thinking?
Well, Ronbo, here's my thing. Well, first of all, I'm a high school football coach here in Memphis.
Okay.
And the thing is, you got to have connection with your players. If you don't have connection with your players and your staff or whatever, nothing's going to work. And see, right now there's like it seems like there's a disconnect between him and the players, because it's obviously the players are not performing. And then here's another thing, Ronbo. I have never heard nobody say this, but I'm gonna say it since I'm the first time. I'm gonna say it. I think this is my belief. I believe that going forward, the people who have proven nothing, the players that have proven nothing but getting hurt, some kind of way we got to cut bait. We got to cut bait. We got to let them go, because the only thing they've proven is they can get hurt and stay hurt. Jalen Hurd, God bless his soul. We might have to cut bait. What has he shown? What has he been on the team? Like 4 years?
Yeah, he's going into his fourth year. Rookie contract about to expire. Yeah.
At the end, Ronbo, at the end of the day, it's your body of work. What does your body of work say?
Absolutely.
What does your body of work say?
Jalen says I've been getting
got
paid.
To cut bait.
Yeah.
Guaski Tart. He's no running lot. But I was wondering why we re-signed him. I'm like, we could have cut him loose.
Coach,
we could have cut him loose.
Coach, I wonder sometimes, do they run out of options? Do they back themselves into a corner and paint all around? They got this team on paper and they don't have any options. They say they try to bring in competition, but when they bring in competition, it's pretty clear that they didn't bring competition to actually take the player's job. You know what I mean? So I always wonder, now Koski's better than anybody you got. Obviously, you're going to keep him, but he's not going to last the whole season. He's never lasted the whole season. Mostert, same thing. George Kittle. We have a number of players, as you mentioned, but they're good players. So the 49ers are just rolling the dice on that, I think, each and every year. is my guess. What would you think on that?
I think it need to be. I think here's my thing. I know a lot of our players they're on these 1-year contracts, and this was supposed to be a Super Bowl contender team or what have you.
Yes.
But the law says this. I'm saying that I think from here on out, like I said, I think they need to just Kyle Shanahan. I think administration or whoever, they all need to get a room, and they're going to make some hard decisions from top to bottom, from player to player. They need to make some hard. They need to make some hard, tough decisions. Hey,
Coach, and you know what?
Can't help us.
On that subject, though, I do wonder now. They made a hard decision. They decided to go with the new quarterback. Now, what they did, I thought they spent way too much on a raw project. 2 draft picks. You don't have a first-round pick for the next 2 years. So if the kid doesn't pan out, you got no first-round picks for the next 2 years. So now Garoppolo's out of here next year. So they made that decision. You got Trey Lance coming in. And, Coach, he's got a long way to go before he becomes a pocket passer, Kyle Shanahan fashion, right? How's that going to work for us?
Well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Ronbo. Is Garoppolo is he an elite quarterback?
Oh,
yes or no?
He's never proven that.
He's not. No. Okay. Look at the quarterbacks in our league, in our division. Just look at our quarterbacks in our division. You got Kyle Murray. You got Kyle Murray.
Yeah, Russell. I'll never retire Wilson and Stafford.
Russell, right, and Stafford, and then here we come with Jimmy G.
He's a reflection of Kyle. Kyle thinks and believes his system. No matter if the quarterback can just throw the ball where I tell him to throw it, and read the things that I tell him to read and understand and comprehend my offense, he'll be fine. He really thinks. Coach, he thinks like that, right? So this is what I'm saying. What did he see in Trey that made him think that that's going to apply to him, unless he's going to rewrite some of what he does?
I don't know. I don't know. He's thinking that maybe he could change or try to amplify Trey's game or whatever like that. But everybody, it is another thing. It is another thing. It is another thing, Ronbo. Everybody's quick to say, well, Trey ain't played but X amount of games. Okay, well, look at Matt Jones. Matt Jones ain't started but a year at Alabama. He played 1 year.
Yeah, but you know how Bama is.
Now
Coach.
He had some, but he had some dogs for receivers,
didn't he? Oh, he had a receiving
core. Take Matt Jones. Now take Matt Jones away from that
and put him in our system.
Then you find out what kind of player he is.
Coach, this is an awesome conversation. Coach, I wish we had more time. If you got time, would you get back here Wednesday? I'm going to start getting in as early as I can so we can get you out here in Memphis.
Okay. All right, there, Ronbo. Hey, you keep. I've been watching, man. I've been listening to you I've been listening to you for a minute, and I just say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna get on here and I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. And thank you for giving me a say so.
Hey, I appreciate the input. It's awesome. I look forward to next time. All right.
Okay. I'll see you Wednesday.
Hey, it's Coach Brian. Thanks, fam.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Here he comes. Well, Rakib. Hey, Ronbo, isn't the little things in life sometimes? I live in La La Land. I was so happy when the Titans beat the brakes off the Rams. I know. See, you have to grab those moments where you can laugh because they're far and few between sometimes. I find myself, and people think there's something wrong with me, but I find myself getting amused by the littlest things, just like you mentioned. And most people are so serious they can't take a moment out to find the humor in things. You got to. You got to do it, or else you're going to be miserable all your life. Because life is not meant to be exciting and fun all the time. I insist that it do. Oh, well. And Raheem, thanks, fam. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Show, would you get in here, man? You're the guy for today, too.
What's up, Ronbo?
Well, Show. because like we're suffering, we're in misery. So you know what? Like you said, 4 out of 5 years, we should be good at this by now. We should know how to suffer with the best of them, and just keep rolling. You know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would like to give a huge shout out to Jay from Boston. If that who the caller's name was from there.
Jay
that was
yeah.
That was amazing. But yeah, we're in year 5 with this current regime, and we should not be a rebuilding team. We should be playoff contenders. We should be Super Bowl bound. We should be a better team. At the end of the day, the buck stops with Kyle and John, because they are solely responsible for constructing this team the way it is right now. And all these injuries and all the way they constructed this team is starting to come back to bite them in the ass. And you can only use like injuries as an excuse so many times, Ronbo. I mean, if you're not good at your job, then why the hell should we keep you? And clearly Kyle's not good at his job. This is year 5, and we're in rebuild mode. And we shouldn't be in rebuild mode. It's ridiculous, Ronbo. I don't understand why some of these fans who are fans of his want to continue on with him. Like, I don't get it. Get your heads out of your asses, you guys. This is year 5 with Kyle Shanahan. That's not year 1 all over again. This is unacceptable, you know? Like, what do you expect is going to be different next year if we continue on with this regime? What?
And show you know what it is. It's the fear of the unknown. The next guy they bring in here,
Get over that.
Get over that. But I just want to know the next guy to come in is going to know what he's doing. He's going to reassemble and get things together and give us a reason to say, okay, we got a good guy. This guy knows what he's doing. We're going places. Show that's kind of a fantasy too. I don't know what fantasy I want to believe.
I'd rather go with the fear of the unknown than go with somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're doing. And that's Kyle Shanahan. You know, you're supposedly this offensive guru, yet the player, and you draft these players that quote unquote fix your scheme, but when you draft them and you start playing them, you put them out of position when they shouldn't be in the positions they're in. Like, for example, like Eric Armstead, he's not a defensive end; he's a defensive tackle.
Yes.
You know, that's his natural. That's where he naturally is doing very well at, is on the inside instead of the outside. And you put
Mike McCoy is a left tackle. Why'd you draft him and make him a right tackle? Get a right tackle.
Exactly.
Draft a right tackle then. Oh.
A natural right tackle, not somebody who never played the right tackle in their entire college career and put them on the right side and expect them to do well there. Like, what the hell is going on here? Your personnel moves are suspect.
Running backs.
You're putting players in position. You're putting players
because they don't require.
You're putting
a running back hits the ground running. So that's, and I mean,
you're putting players in positions. Yeah, and you shy away from the run game. You took the run game away, like, and you draft running backs and you don't even play them.
Trey Sermon. I mean, you know, okay, would you play Trey Sermon? From what we've seen so far, and we're going to have this conversation sooner or later, guys. Trey Sermon, should he be playing in front of anybody that's playing right now? I don't know if this is unfair or not. When I watch Trey Sermon, I just see another version of Carlos Hyde, which I got into it with people about Carlos Hyde because they were Carlos Hyde friendly, and I thought Carlos Hyde was just, guys, I don't need a guy that can run into the back of people all day long. He looks better now than he did back when he was with us, though. So I don't know what to think about Trey Sermon right now.
I don't know what to think about him either, but you draft corners, and we're severely lacking in our corners, and our secondary is atrocious, and that's what Colt McCoy exposed yesterday. Like, what the hell is going on? What is going on?
Beatings.
Are you deliberately trying to lose to get out of here? Because we would gladly kick your ass out if you went out of here. Like, I feel like it's like Trent Baalke all over again, Ronbo. With these draft mistakes that they've made. Like, isn't the Trent Baalke never went away?
You know what's so funny? I have hope. I've been entertaining hope with these guys. With
we
Trent,
were supposed
you
to
just
get away from that.
Throw your hands up in the air because you know Trent does not know what he's doing. But I thought these guys did.
No, they don't. They don't know what they're doing at all. It's sad when fans who know
and watch college football and know where talent is better than the GM does. That's kind of sad who gets paid millions of dollars to do what they're supposed to do and get it right, and they can't get it right. You know? It's really sad. But this regime needs to go after this year. I don't want to hear any excuses I don't want to hear any contract details or any bullshit like that. It's not going to change if they continue on with this regime. It's not. It's going to be the same. Miserable season after miserable season after miserable season. This is year 5 now. Year 5. What do you expect?
I know, right?
What Trey Lance isn't going to be the savior.
Not anytime
He's not
soon.
even ready.
Yeah, it's going to take
no.
a while. That's what terrifies me about next year. What are we going to do if he doesn't catch on?
I think we as fans need to start.
Way to stay optimistic, Joe.
I can't stay optimistic with all these injuries.
So we ran out of time though.
I think we as fans need to start a GoFundMe page and start renting a plane to fly over to Santa Clara and say fire Kyle and John.
Underway. All right, Joe. Let me see you on Wednesday, okay?
All right. Shout out to the TNT family. Have a great night. Take care.
Right, appreciate your show. And Okie Niner, he says trade the entire farm for Rodgers next year. Wouldn't that be funny? Aaron's gonna say, look, guys, I'm gonna bring some people with me and then I'll think about this. But otherwise, if you can't because there's some people we need to replace. I'm sure Aaron would love to keep Debo and possibly Ayuk and George Kittle. I guess. But he'd say, but if you guys could get Devontae Adams over here, you got a deal. Hey, RG.
Hello, Ronbo.
RG, I'm telling you, man. We're going all around this matter tonight, like we do to get this off people's chests. But RG, man, I haven't talked to you in a while. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better now that I'm not going to home losses in the rain. I'll tell you that much.
And the most driving rain we've had. I think, did they measure that as the most driving rain in California history? And you were there to see it and feel it in person, up close, and wet personal. Oh, my God, that was scary.
God.
But RG...
The only thing that made up for it was that Jerry Rice signed my son's bucket hat that we bought there at the stadium. That's the only thing that made it okay.
Okay, there you go. That's worth the trip. And enduring the rain.
Yeah. You got to get something, right, man? Because this is terrible. But yeah, we let McCoy look like Joe Montana out there yesterday. What's going on?
In fact, if there's anybody better than Montana, then the 49ers made Colt look like it. Colt was just doing whatever he wanted to, and he looked good doing it, too. Looked like he's been playing out there each and every week. Wow.
He was 22 of 26.
He was 82% on the day. Boy didn't miss nobody.
Short passes, albeit, but still, can you believe it?
But it was effective, and he knew. Kingsbury figured out right away. Listen, that secondary is not going to stop anybody. Connor, I'm going to put you out there. I'm going to just let you put you one-on-one with some of these guys in their backfield. And in that other running back, too. Anybody, just forget about throwing the ball. We're just going to get it off, extend our running game, and you just take those guys out. And they did! And did you watch Connor running down the field? He looked tight, and we couldn't catch him. I says, y'all, oh, Lord, have mercy. So
it's like we forgot to tackle. Every time we made contact on a player, they always still ended up gaining 3 or 4 yards, moving forward every time. It's like,
dragging 49ers
did we just forget
with
to
him.
tackle all of a sudden? What the heck?
Weak. Just weak. You know, you guys.
But anyway, so we're 3-5, Ronbo. What do you think? What do you think we need to be at to get a wild card, to even get a whiff of the wild card? If we're 3-5 now, what do you think we have to be?
11-6
There's,
is a minimum.
9 games left.
11-6 is a minimum.
6?
That means you got to win every last game between now and the end of the season. 12-5 might get you in, but 11-6 is the floor. You ain't getting nothing. You come in there with 10-7, forget about it.
Oh man, so that's so for the people that are saying the season's over, I mean that's pretty much it. Because what's the odds or the probability that we go undefeated or maybe go 7-1 the rest of the way, or 8-1 is what it has to be, right?
Yeah.
That's tough.
I know. It's asking at this point in the day. It just sounds like asking too much. You know.
But you know what? You know what keeps me optimistic? Because you have to choose optimism. There is no other alternative. Because
I
the
just thought
alternative
you talking
sucks.
about that. I get tired of frowning up and feeling yuck. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, choose optimism because that's one of our last freedoms that we have, right? You know, that hasn't been taken away from us yet. So, but yeah, what makes me optimistic is who did the Bills lose to yesterday?
They got 6 points. You know, how are we going to do against those guys? I did not see that coming. Wow. He's got no. But you know what? He's got no running back.
It keeps it entertaining at least, right? Every week, you know, you have a chance, I guess.
But the Bills got no running back. Did you notice that? They don't run the ball anymore at all.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck. I didn't catch any of that game. I just saw the score, and I said, "You got to be kidding me!" How did
It's all Josh
Urban
Allen.
Meyer led.
Yeah. And Urban figured it out.
Yeah,
they're not going to run. All right, listen, guys, here's what we're going to do, and they did. 6 points.
Crazy. That's crazy. But again, that's what keeps me optimistic. So, you know,
miracles do happen.
Monday night, we can beat the Rams, man. They got destroyed yesterday. But you know,
did you
shout out to all the
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say shout out to all the unemployed GMs in the chat and on Twitter. And you know, for me, at the end of the day, Ronbo.
Yeah.
At the end of the day is night.
That's right.
That's all I have to
say. Brilliant conclusion.
Love you, Ronbo. Keep doing what you do, man.
Thanks, man. Back at you. Do love you. RG, don't make me wait, man. I love it. You're full entertainment, aren't you? All
right. Love from San Diego, my friend. Take care.
All right. See you Wednesday. Hope you got time for us.
Appreciate
that. All right, fam. At the end of the day, it's night. That's going to be a T-shirt. Okie Nighter does also continue to say trade Armstead, Kittle, Lance, of 3 and 4 for Rodgers. He's still coming up with trade scenarios to get Aaron. Because Aaron has attitude. That's what you got to love about him, boy. Aaron jived and clowned his way out of the whole offseason and comes in, and it looks like he's still on his way to the playoffs. 785 in Kansas. 785. Come on in.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what is your name, man?
James.
James. Well, James, I'm telling you, you know what's up? It's like, here we are. James, we've had 1 year, and it goes back farther than the last 5 years. We're talking Chip Kelly and Jim Tom Sula. Last year with Harbaugh. We've been pretty much a decade since 2013. Well, we're approaching a decade. We got 2 years ago, 10 years of misery and suffering, James. We're all in this together. This is why we stick together, because we feel each other's pain, you know? And
it's
now
pretty much since Eddie D got in that trouble, man.
Well, when you think about it, yeah.
Eddie
got to go back that far.
When he got in that, when he had to sign the team over, man, to his sister, that pretty much did it in. And it's been messed up since. They should have never fired Harbaugh, for real.
That's we just got to talking about that dude, Trent Baalke. I can't get along with this guy. He needs to know I'm running this team and who's running calling the shots around here. And I have to take his crap. And you know, and the thing about Harbaugh, he got into it with Jed. So Jed signed off on it. Yeah, get rid of that. Get rid of him now. And Harbaugh, man.
Yes, sir. And then the other issue is, the main issue with Jimmy G is just 3 and outs, man.
Yeah, well.
Nobody seems to recognize that. Like, the defense gonna get tired. Everybody gonna get tired. Ain't nobody got time to keep getting back on the field because you can't keep no consistency going. That's the main issue.
Yeah, because they looked tired yesterday. Boy, I mean, and then also, I don't know what's going on with the tackling. Maybe that was from fatigue. I don't know, but the secondary is suspect. Brian, James, no matter what we do, they are not going to make plays.
Well, yeah, and then on top of that, like, it's year 5, man. You can't be trying to build players no more. You got to make some splash, get some veteran Pro Bowlers.
That's why we can't talk about the Rams anymore. Like I was laughing at the Rams 2-3 years ago. I said, look at them, boy, they're going to run out of gas in a minute. Boy, them players going to cost them a fortune. They're going to tell them goodbye, and they're going to be standing there butt naked. They ain't got no draft picks, ain't got nothing. Look at them. They're going to the playoffs again
That's what
this year.
I was thinking, too.
Everybody
That's
was.
what I was thinking, too, but it looked like it's working out for them, man. I don't know. We can't keep getting these injured players thinking we can build them up.
And we draft them hurt, you know? So it's not like we're going out and getting veterans that have issues. Unless Jason Verrett, that's the only thing. And Jason Verrett's one of the best cornerbacks we've had, not named. Shoot, you got to go back how far? Jason Verrett was good. And then we banked on, he can't get hurt, though. Boy, he get hurt, we dead meat. And we all thinking.
He was hurt, man. Yeah, he was hurt when we got him. We had to wait like 3 years, 2 or 3 years before he even got on the field.
It makes no sense, right?
Man, no sense at all, man. I don't know what's going on with these people.
And guys like Surtain, look at this last year's draft. It was loaded with corners. I understand that they were hell-bent on getting a quarterback, but we need corners.
Yeah, man. We could have got Diggs. We could have got Surtain.
There's 2 more.
Samuel, yeah, man. Oh, man, it's horrible. Well, I don't know. I think they just need to put Lance in and just,
He'll be
but I
in
think Kyle
about 2
got an
weeks.
issue with black quarterbacks, man.
Well, you know what? He doesn't. I don't know if it's that as much as it is running quarterbacks. But see, that's why I don't understand.
That too.
If you don't like quarterbacks that are mobile, Kyle, why'd you get him? And you got a raw one. If you were going to go that route, maybe you would have had a better shot with Justin Fields. And by the way, if anybody, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I don't like Trey, but I know he could be the best one in this draft. But it's going to take a while, and our patience is going to be stretched. And we got to be patient next year because, James, if he's going to run Kyle's offense and still be able to be mobile, it's going to be a long time.
Well, what we're going through is bad for our health, Ronbo.
Well, yeah, but just don't think it's over. Next year, he's going to be, because he has a tendency to pull it down and run too.
Yeah.
So Kyle's going to try to break him of that.
If you look, they showed a stat where Trey Lance ran the ball more than 4-year quarterback who's been in the league for 4 years. That one game.
I saw his film. I saw that.
Yeah. So that shows you with Kyle, he ain't even giving them a chance to get no reps as far as passing. He's just calling quarterback powers.
From what I understand, they broke down the film. There were chances for him to throw, but he's a little scared now, and that's understandable. He's got these 275 linemen coming at him like he ain't never seen in North Dakota, and you can see they're trying to hurt him. And so he's out there surviving. Kyle's, I don't know.
And then you got your coach. Your coach, that comes back to your coach, too, putting confidence in you because you can't be calling scary plays, letting him know you scared for him. Like, you got to just call the game normal, man.
James, James, you know what? We're going to run out of time. We're going to spend a lot of time on this subject between now and next year anyway. So I'll tell you what, you got time Wednesday. Great to meet you. Let's talk some more.
I'll hit you back, brother.
All right,
I'll try to do that.
Looking forward. All right. All right, James. And Shakobia. Is that right? Shakobia Luckett. Personal foul on Eric, but missed the face mask that caused B.A. to fumble. Hey, that's true. Thanks for that, Fab. All of our screw-ups are linked together, and they link and connect to another butt whooping. Ogie Niners, Naughty Rogers surpasses any quarterback for a plan. Yeah, actually. And I wonder how many more years Aaron can play. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, As you can see, we're trying to make sense of our situation, of wishing we could be like other teams in our division, like the Rams and the Seahawks, and teams that entertain the possibility of being big, bad dudes in the playoffs each and every year. And I'm not laughing at the Rams anymore. And Tony, I've got a whole new perspective on this whole thing as far as picking up players. But Tony, you heard Kyle talk. What did you make of his conversation as far as, look, I'm not myself as well as accountable for some of the things that are going on. Okay, Kyle, we knew that a long time ago. We're delighted to hear you say that. But Tony, does that mean anything to you?
Yeah, Kyle's an idiot. I mean, we discussed the show before what needed to be done, which areas needed to be cleaned up, and that was tackling and not dropping the ball.
Oh.
And we thought that was going to get cleaned up in this game, but it didn't.
Yikes.
And the second thing is, the reason why I said Carl's an idiot is because I believe we're a run-first team and a play-action team second. Now,
absolutely right.
Kyle, you come up against one of the worst teams in the league against the run, and what do?
Pass the ball.
You throw it 48 times and you run it 11 times. What kind of an idiot are you, man? You just run the goddamn ball. Every time we ran the ball, we got yards, didn't we?
And you got a great running back out there, too. Agreed.
I mean, what the hell's going on in that man's mind? I've got no idea. I mean, you've got, shout out to Big Show and Trez came on here, I think it was about a month ago, and he said, mate, this guy's got to go. We've got to stop making excuses for this man, Ronbo. He's got a losing record, and finally, after 5 years, he decides to put his hand up and say, oh, yeah, it's on me, it starts with me. It started with you when you first came here.
Well, yeah.
Because you're the one, he's the one caught, and you're not going to get Tom Brady coming to the 49ers because Tom Brady's going to have an input, and Carl doesn't want anyone that's got an input.
I've been telling people that.
All right, he doesn't want it. He's not the John Lynch is not the GM. Carl's the GM. Carl's the coach. The scouts come and present the players to him, and he I bet my life on it. He says, no, I'll decide who's going to be playing in this team, not you. I don't care how long you spent scouting these players. He's everything, right? He's everything in the team. John Lynch has got no power in this team. It will come out. It always does. The truth always rises to the top, and it'll come out. I mean,
Lynch
you
will
look
write
at
a
our
book
players,
after he leaves, which might be soon.
Yeah. You look at our players that have left, DeForest Buckner, he's going great guns.
He told the truth
Kendrick
about what happened,
Bourne.
too. Wasn't that frightening?
Yeah.
They wouldn't come halfway. They wouldn't come to any conversation whatsoever. Their mind was made up from go, and I don't think DeForest is going to make that up. I really don't. I think he was telling the truth.
And I think, you look at Kendrick Bourne, he's going great guns over there, and the Jimmy G story is going to unravel itself when he goes to another team.
Yep.
All right, probably go to the Texans or something, and then we're going to be facing them. And as soon as we line up, he's going to know exactly what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know what he's going to do, but he's got to change his attitude or something, or open up the playbook. And like some of your other callers said, I'm all for that too. Get the people that you drafted out there and start seasoning them now. And like I said to you before, Ronbo, what are we going to do with Trey Lance? If we keep him on the sideline this year, the other quarterbacks that got drafted are already getting their seasoning. And we're going to be 1 year behind. We're going to have another shit year again next year.
And Tony, the plan from the beginning was probably flawed. You're going to bring him in here. You're going to redshirt him for a year because you've got a championship team, so you believe. So Kyle's not going to want to go with a rookie. So you stay with Jimmy. Now that the plan has totally backfired and we've lost 5 times, it's now looking like really a bad idea. You lost. You got $25 million, whatever it is, tied up. You got a quarterback that needs a lot of work in the rookie. And what are we going to do next year this time? We're going to be really pissed off is what we're going to be. I hope not. but it doesn't look good.
No. It's 2013 or 14, whatever it was, all over again. And I mean, the other thing I heard that really surprised me, and you call yourself a coach, he said, I don't do those speeches for the players. I don't fire them up. I don't do that for the offense. Why should I do it for the defense? Because you're the coach, you idiot. That's what coaching is about. You're the leader. You're supposed to go into the locker room and say, righto, boys, this is a war today, and we're going to win this war. You've got to fire them up. They've got to go out there with a positive attitude. You don't. So what are you if you don't want to do that? You just go out on the sideline and act like you're Al Capone or something like that?
Tony, you know what's interesting? You look at Belichick. None of these guys, their players don't like them, but they respect them, you know? I'm starting to think Kyle wants to be a player's coach. I'm starting to wonder if I don't need my players to like me. I need them to do what they're told. So when I do come and reprimand them, I can feel better about it, and they can know what I expect from them. Maybe that might be the right approach. We're gonna.
Well, think of it this way: you don't have to like your coach, but if your coach gets you to a Super Bowl and wins it, then you're going to have respect for him, aren't you?
Exactly. Tony, this conversation, we're going to have this one a lot, too, between now and the end of the season, or next year. Let me see a Wednesday, will you? Because it's such a conversation that runs out of time so easily. All right, fam. I'll see you Wednesday.
Shout out to everyone. Thank you very much, Ronbo. And,
thank you, Tony.
Catch you in the next chapter.
Looking forward. All right.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. And I see MILF Hunter. Warner is no Willis or even Bowman. You know, man, we're really pissed off today, aren't we? We had nothing but high praise for Warner up until this last couple of games, haven't we? It's really bad. I really feel bad. Ellis, what are you working on?
Ronbo.
Yeah.
Moving and checking. What's up, man?
All right, Ellis, man, we're out here. We're throwing poo-poo at the fan because the anger is starting to pick up. And Ellis, we got one more game to lose, and oh man, it's gonna be rough. But Ellis, people are confessing and testifying to the fact that they did screw up. And does that mean anything to you, Ellis, as far as people saying what they need to do? If they would just say anything, we've got to play better. Next time I hear them say play better, oh my God, I say, guys, don't say that. Please don't say that. I'm not trying to hear that. Stop saying it. Do it. But are you encouraged by what you heard from coach and players?
No, I didn't even hear it, and I'm not encouraged with you with what you just told me.
That's what they said.
Gotta be frank. Yeah. We've been saying the same shit. It feels like every week, and this is all redundant. We've been saying the same thing. I've been talking about players and Kyle not taking accountability. I've been talking about his arrogance. I've been talking about that. I feel like since even before the season and what have you. He's self-destructive. You know what I mean? He's he gets in the way of things and likes to. He has this control problem. You know what I mean? Like just on impulse, everything has to be. He's got like OCD, but you're not keeping shit clean, Kyle. Everything is still a damn mess. Okay, there's shit all over the place. You got. It's like he's not. Taking accountability is good, but you have to make the change after that. I was talking about Jimmy not saying it's on me. He's talking about guys gotta, we gotta, instead of putting it on himself. And then Kyle wasn't doing it. And now all of a sudden, he's starting to say it now. Well, Kyle, we got 5 losses now. So at some point, you're going to have to start taking accountability. I mean, if we got our young rookie that can take accountability for stuff, then there's no reason why anybody else on this team shouldn't be doing it or feels like they're above accountability and self, correction. But the game, when I look at it, since I was there, it wasn't, other than that bonehead, pick that Jimmy threw at the end, the line was terrible. We had unnecessary drop passes, and the defense looked worse than they did last week against the Bears. I think these are the 2 of the worst games that the defense has played, in my opinion, so far this year.
I know they've had a couple of games where they've given up some big plays and stuff's happened, but these last 2 games have been really have really highlighted the lacking of adjustments on D'Amico Ryans, and then just personnel, guys not doing what they need to do, guys playing the man and not the damn ball, or both. You know, you have to learn how to do both. And playing in the secondary, man, it's a very you know, you have to be extremely athletic in order to play that position, you know, because you're going to be, you know, turning your head. You got to keep up with the man. You got to be doing a lot of different things, and it's going to take a lot of quick decisions and multifaceting, you know, at high speed in order to be able to, you know, be an asset to your team. And, you know, Tavon Wilson, I mean, I'm not glad that he's hurt, but I'm glad his ass is out because we need somebody else. He's not playing good enough. Maybe he's better on special teams, whatever it is. But I was sitting there watching him, and I was calling him, play the man, get the ball. And then, you know, of course, you know, they got the Cardinals got right there to the half-yard line on that big play. All he had to do was jump in the air and hit the damn ball, not run to the guy and anticipate that you're going to tackle him as soon as he catches it. Well, hell, he shouldn't have even gotten the ball. So that's just my issue, man, with things. And I know Fred's been taking a decline. I don't know what it is about the big money. Guys start, you know, backpedaling or start getting into a state of you know, what do they call it? You know, when you just get too comfortable, you become complacent. That's the word I'm looking for. Guys are becoming complacent. I know the losses hurt, Ronbo. I know that guys aren't just okay and accepting these losses and just saying, oh, it doesn't matter, I got paid, but they're playing like it. So it's about applying, you know, that frustration and turning it around to where we're not taking or settling for anything less. You know, Dre Greenlaw not being in has shown a lot of vulnerability in our linebacking core. You know, because Dre Greenlaw was really actually doing well. He's neck and neck with Fred. You know, when it comes to coverage and just all around ability, he's actually even a little bit better than Fred in certain areas. I'm just saying, but you know, we have to play better. I mean, I don't even think we get 10 wins at this point. You know, just because of what I'm seeing. I mean, we put ourselves in a position where we have to win the next 11 games in order to just get in the damn playoffs. You don't put yourself in that position. If we were 5 and 3, you know, if we had at least if we were 500 right now, then we could have that conversation and we could feel a little more comfortable. But each game is so pivotal and so, you know, paramount, you know, that we capitalize and get each win, especially the ones that we're supposed to get, that when you just piss away these games like that, man, you're playing catch up. And that's
you put yourself in that hole that you can't
from
climb
a record
out of.
standpoint. Yeah. And playing catch up in the game and playing catch up with your record. I mean, it's almost like, you know, you put yourself in a worse position. It's just counterproductive, man. You want to have that confidence. True. You know, you don't get confidence off of
we're gonna look for you Wednesday with more great stuff. It'll get better because it can't get no worse.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hopefully Odell doesn't go to Seattle, but if he does, then you know we're gonna be laying his ass out.
I thought that was a dumb
Don't
deal.
go to the rivalry, Odell. Yeah. Don't go to Seattle to Odell. We're gonna have a target on you, pimp. But yeah, shout out to the Niner faithful, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Thank you, brother Ronbo. Shout out to production, man, and we'll be back. You know, let's figure it out, y'all.
All right, big shout out to the squad too. All right, fam.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Peace.
We'll see you Wednesday. All right, Ellis.
Yeah, Wednesday they'll be here.
All right, good stuff. All right, and hey, Casey.
What's shaking? Hey, forget about it. It's not Casey over here. Ronbo. Ronbo. Can I take over this call with the spirit of a one-niner mic? Because it's the only thing freaking appropriate to really encapsulate my disdain for what I'm watching every Sunday. Ronbo, this team has got no leadership. Nada. Zilch. Ronbo, I watched James Conner tear the field up yesterday and then go back to the sidelines angry like he wanted to do it all over again.
And he did.
My guys, they were over on the other sideline chasing their tails and spitting in each other's faces. We got obliterated yesterday, Ronbo. Destroyed. Kyle Shanahan needs to get his losing butt out of town and go beg to coach the Jacksonville Jaguars because this season's got us halfway to the Dennis Erickson days. Point is, Ronbo, They're getting paid too much money to be playing like dirt, and they don't even have any dirt because they're playing at stupid Levi's. They got nothing.
Not even sand. Casey, I love when you have a fit. I could tell you thought about it because this is not Casey. This is the most emotion I've seen come out of him in the entire time I've known him. Casey, you know what though? It's easy to get mad right now, isn't it? I mean, even if you don't even want to,
No,
it's
I'm
still.
angry, Ronbo. Look, man. You know, I'm not mad when you're angry. You want a quick fix, man. I want this team to be 8-1 from here on out. They're not going to do it, man. They got to go 8-1 to just get 11-6, man.
And I usually don't give up. I'm usually that guy. But you know what? The fact is, they looked like they didn't really feel like playing. That you see them in the press conference. They look like, oh man, we just wish we could be like this was week 15. We'd be like delighted.
Yeah, you know, they look comfortable, and yeah, they don't look hungry. You know.
There's the word I was looking for. I don't see any hunger. The eye of the tiger.
It looks like they're
I
not
don't
having
see
fun. And you know,
Yeah.
when you're not having fun, like
It becomes a job. And then, and as soon as they look at it as a
you
job,
can't be responsible.
Yeah,
You can't be responsible for everyone else around you if you're not having fun. You know.
And it's supposed to be holding each other accountable. You know, if I look over my brother to my left and my brother to my right, and they ain't doing their job, I got something to say about it. I wonder if they're doing
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes them irresponsible. You know, they're not playing as a team, man.
Yeah, well, our record reflects it. You know.
Yeah.
And now we're starting to see uncharacteristic things too. All of a sudden, you know, George Kittle's got what, 2 fumbles the entire time he's been with the 49ers. Why this game? Those are always pivotal for shifting momentum. You do that, and it has already been proven. You put the meat back on the other team's plate. Don't do it. And then we go down and do it again. Those are big bang plays. They were right on the goal line. That could have made all the difference in the world. I am convinced if we make those plays, we win. We'd have had them on their heels. Now, what's his name? Colt McCoy. Now he's got to throw downfield. Not us. Now we got their butts. No.
You know what sucks about yesterday, too, is Jimmy played really good.
Well,
you know? I had a chance to go back and look at the highlights, and it was like, wow, Jimmy's just balling right now. Him and Ayuk. And,
well, he's getting the ball to the guys.
Kyle doesn't know how to run heavy, man.
But you know what? We should have kept running. The game wasn't over when we started overthrowing. I mean, I understand what Kyle's trying to do, but you know, you play catch up the whole game. Now you put yourself in a position where you got a gun a little bit more than you want to, and you and I both know Elijah Mitchell is good. Let the boy cook. Run, Elijah, run.
Yeah, and if he was questionable or hurt too, they need to bring someone else that they can give the ball to 20 times. I mean, they got the Rams next week, Monday night at home, so
you can see Jeffrey Wilson
for them to bounce back. They could, if this season has told me anything, the Niners should win next week.
I know you know. I'm telling you, if Stafford doesn't have Cooper Kupp, and he won't, because K'Wan Williams loves playing Cooper Kupp, we're going to be able to run a Rams, because I saw how the guys were running yesterday.
The rest of their schedule looks like they really could go 8-1, like if they run into the Titans late. I mean, but they're not going to do it,
That Titans defense is scary. Oh!
Well, you know what the best defense they're facing all year is Levi's in the injury list, man. Oh, my God, Ronbo, I look away from the TV and my phone for 2 days, and Mike McGlinchey's torn his quad, and Jalen Hurd's out for the rest of the season again, and he's out for next year too. And
Casey,
I mean,
I know. Don't list everything. It's sad. You bring Big Show back. I can't, Casey. I'll see you Wednesday, though. Okay.
the grand optimism of Big Show, right?
the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, he's just like, guys, we're here for the next 5 years. We're screwed, And like, well, that's probably true, Show. Have a nice night. All right, later.
All right, Casey. A great night. But Show, make no mistake, we love Show, man. Show's hilarious, man. because he really gets into it. You could tell the intensity that he is sincere in everything he's saying. And Show told me a long time ago, you guys who've been around for a while, you guys know what it looks like for the 49ers to win a championship. You know what it looks like to see a win a Super Bowl. And I had to sympathize with him. He's right. Hey, Frank.
Hey, Romo.
Frank, so we're licking the wounds for second day, as you know, Frank. And then Kyle came out today on a phone call and let everybody know, look, I'm taking responsibility for this, y'all. It starts with me. And Frank, does that make you feel any better now that Kyle has decided to take upon himself that what's going on with this team has a lot to do with him? Did it change your mind any?
First, I like to thank you for your platform. I like to thank you for, even though everyone should actually say that, I like to appreciate you giving me the opportunity, like the other callers say, to voice their opinion.
It's my pleasure.
The first thing I like to say is not really a joke, but let's be funny. That anybody have any kind of real optimism about this team, it's got to be smoking crack right about now.
I knew you were going there.
It's just no way, because if you think about greatness, if you think about the 49ers in the way of greatness, and what we stand for, it's like holding up a paper champion against what we are and what we believe. And, the aura of us start to tarnish when we start to predict instead of, we start to predict and hope instead of looking at reality and fix. So what I'm looking at is that we lost the compatibility by making choices between guys that follow the rules and guys that push the rules. That means dog. So when we start passing up on people like Patrick Mahomes, when we start passing on wide receivers like CD Lamb, when we start making decisions based on what medias or different markets might have said about another player, instead of thinking about winning first at all costs, besides, and not including breaking NFL rules and safety regulations or anything like that, like Mr. Rogers did. So what I'm trying to be focused on, that the head coach is heading to, you talk about Kyle Shanahan, what he said on the podium, in a way, people still giving him credit. So that ain't good enough for me. What's good enough for me is winning. And right now, for the past 5 years, I didn't like the hire in the first place because I see how he wasted the Super Bowl. I actually predicted the Super Bowl with a bunch of people in the third quarter how New England was going to win that game. That's an actual fact, and I put my hands on the Bible on that. So, and then we hired Kyle Shanahan. We don't need to go through the story. Everybody know what's going on. And also everybody needs to know that I didn't want him in the first place because we could have got other players. His name got him the job. And Jeff York was full with probably stars in his eyes when he seen he had a Shanahan underneath his roster, underneath his salary, and and he gave a man a 5-year contract for no apparent reason. If he'd have just kept Shanahan underneath the same contract, maybe they'd have made better decisions. Maybe their urgency would have been there. And I remember a couple callers that said that, then it'd be better to motivate a person, but if you pay him for nothing, why should he do anything, that's worth anything with the fans? So I would like to just say, I think passing up on dogs was a big mistake. Even the opportunity to get somebody else before Trey Lance, but we are Trey Lance now. We're not the past. We're the future, and the future is now. And so beyond what happened Sunday before that, even winning, we're really 0-6. if you're thinking about the greatness of the San Francisco 49ers, if you're thinking about the greatness, every year I hear that we're going to the Super Bowl, but I don't never see the parts. I see the same exact thing. And somebody said earlier, you do the same exact thing, expecting a different result. What is that? We all know.
Insanity.
So, you know, right. So it's the type of thing that we need. We have to we're gonna have to stop boycotting. Not we need to talk about it and everything, but the fans, especially I can't speak for all in California, but they need to stop putting Jeff York and hurting his supporters, and that means shareholders and people that pay the bills at our brand new stadium, and me myself to go to NFL games. You know, to put pressure on. If you frankly,
somebody else suggested that earlier.
Cal can lose. Yeah, Cal can say, "Here, I got a new one for you." And I'm just gonna shoot off the hip with this. Cal can sit there and quit.
Right.
Cal,
30 seconds.
The head coach can sit there and he can quit, and then the organization don't owe him nothing because he walked off his job. And because we got to get new leadership, and we need to, we need a lot of things. So the 49ers, we need to go ahead and put Trey in, like everybody say, and then whatever draft picks that we have, we need to play them as well. Thank you for your time, Romo.
All right. Appreciate you, fam. Have a great night.
All right.
Excellent
You
points.
too.
All right. Hey, Steven.
Damn it. Romo.
Steven. Come on in, Steven. We're wondering, have we
Ronbo.
Yes, Steven, I can hear you, yes.
Yeah. Oh, my bad. I didn't even notice. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Talk to me.
Hey, you got the score of the game, by the way, Steelers and Bears?
Yeah, I did. You don't got to tell me. Got to tell me. Trust me. I don't know what's worse. The fact that the Bills lost to the Jags and Herb.
Wait. Steven, I'm wondering what the score is because I'm not watching. Are the Bears winning that game?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I didn't even look. I've been at work all day, so it's
I see. Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
because the chat's talking like all of a sudden the Bears are winning the game. Anyway, listen, you know what? What tonight's matter is this, though. Kyle Shanahan has came out and fessed up and said the problem with the 49ers right now is on me, right? As well as the players did yesterday, said it was on them. Stephen, we're hearing this way all the time. I'm hoping they'll say something else. I don't know what I want them to say, but
here's what he should say. Hey guys,
yeah,
I fucked up.
Well, you basically did.
As a coach, I messed up. I'm bad, but I'm trying to work on it. You know how like when you get into an argument with your lady, and then you feel like you're right, but you're wrong, and so you have to apologize. And damn well she's gonna give you attitude for apologizing. That's what I feel like is gonna happen if that man apologizes. That's what I feel like he's apologizing I'm sorry, the team is the way it is. It's like, man, you shut the fuck. I hate you. But good news though.
I think he doesn't communicate with the team in that fashion. You never hear he's never going to apologize to his guys. I think he'll reflect and say, "Well, we all play a part in this mess up, and including myself." I think that's what that's Kyle's style.
Well, I'll put it like this, man. Kyle Shanahan is that kind of guy to be like, I'm not toxic, you're toxic. Like, that's exactly how I see Kyle Shanahan going forward from here on out. I mean, again, and then I've called it before, and I got a lot of flack for it. Well, where's Fred Warner? We paid you all that money. We gave you the captain's badge. You are underperforming. How is it that the rookie safety, and I know it's a different position, how is it the rookie safety is doing better than you, and a guy who tore his ACL missed an entire season is also doing better than you? You're fully healthy with a brand new contract on your table. It's frustrating, Ronbo, because I love my team. I really do. And I'm pretty sure everyone does. But when you go out there and you watch the 49ers play, they don't play like the 49ers. They play like they are nobody.
I know there's something about the tackling, the energy, the intensity. It is. It shows
Ronbo.
more on defense than it does offense. But you wonder, are you guys serious? Did you give up already? Nah.
Ronbo, you know what's embarrassing? I watched the Jaguars play and beat the Bills. At least when the Jaguars win and lose, they still look like the Jaguars, whether they suck or actually look decent.
Mm-hmm.
The 49ers, when they win and they lose, they look like they don't know who they are. They don't know who. They don't look like the 49ers. Even if they lose, that's part.
Yeah, you do get to. We're looking at body language and expressions. I'd love to hear what they'd have to say. Eric Armstead, did you see his presser yesterday?
The guru go about fixing that.
Yeah, they just don't look like. It's not bothering them to lose. I don't want them to get into the habit of thinking that we're going to accept the fact that we're losing. And I got that kind of impression when I saw them talk, especially Eric, Nick, and Fred. I said to them, well, you guys, I don't know, guys. Are you done? I don't know. I hope they don't mail it in from here on. I'm really worried about that now. Kyle coming out and says, how do you fire those guys up?
Too.
Yeah.
It's easy, Ronbo. You got to be a coach.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, shit. Urban Meyer goes out into the bar, hoes around, and still managed to get a win over the Buffalo Bills, who are slated to be the Super Bowl favorite.
Yeah.
How does that happen?
At least one half of it.
Yeah, I mean, come on, Ronbo. 6-9. What kind of score is that? But he still won.
Boy, that tells you something about that. I mean, the Jags are going to be bad next year, aren't they? Because if they can come in and they can stay intense for 4 quarters against a prolific team like the Bills, I'm impressed. We got to play them later.
Started on what happened to the Cowboys.
Oh, I loved it.
Look at how bad they got kicked in the dirt. I mean, goddamn.
I didn't see that coming.
Nobody did. And if you said you did, you're a liar.
And they were zeros for a long time, too, Stephen. Cowboys didn't score nothing, and they were getting after it. Wish our guys would get mad next week and do the same thing. Guys, are you tired of being embarrassed? Get on it. I want to see Stafford land in the dirt, and Memphis just kicked his butt. We can do that. Do it.
We can do everything. The team has potential. It's just the fact that they don't know how to utilize that potential like they did in 2019 or in 2020. Because at least in 2020 we were injured, but at least we never got blown out that hard.
And they kept playing hard. Exactly. Especially the defense. Well, Stephen, I love this conversation. This is the kind of conversation I like to have because we've had some people have already given up on the team. That's okay because that might be reality, but I don't like reality so much. I like this kind of thought. Stephen, I feel like you feel like next week against the Rams, 49ers, either bring your lunch or stay home. Just come on. You know?
Exactly. It's do or die time. It's do or die time. There's no way around it.
Stephen, I'll see you Wednesday, okay? And let's see if we hear something positive in the news. All right, fam. Have a great week.
You want something positive? If you want something positive, I just found out I might be a dad. So.
All right! Congratulations, bro. All right.
Thank you, man.
That's going to be awesome.
Good night.
Good night, Stephen. Steven's all pumped up. I love it. Take Breezy says, Ronbo, I'm not buying Kyle's BS of taking ownership at this point. It's time to cash out. There's a banana that's sitting next to that. Emoji. Shanahan trying to play on our intelligence. He needs to go. T. Trez, thanks for that contribution. Trez, I know, man, you've been on that for a while. That campaign is looking real at this point. And Elon Musk says Cardinals had a better team and coach. Kyle's not it. See, that's Ella. That's what bothers me. I don't know if they had a better team yesterday, though. Normally they do when everybody's there. But they didn't have a better team yesterday, did they? Splendiferous!
Yo, y'all, Ronbo.
Splendiferous, man. Hey, so we're sitting here, man. We're contemplating some of the things that are being said. We're thinking about Mike McGlinchey has gone. We got a problem running on that right side now. We got a problem on the right side, period. And Kyle Shanahan has come out and confessed up to saying, look, you know what? The buck stops here. I'm Kyle Shanahan. Whatever you see going wrong out there, look at me. We are, Kyle. You know, so, hey, Split, are you impressed with that? What?
Ronbo. What I was gonna say is, can you come back to me? Cause I'm driving. I'm on my way to the house.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to do some
drive.
construction right now.
Focus on your driving. I'll come back. Okay. Oh.
All right.
All right. Emilio.
What's happening?
Emilio, you know, it's meltdown since 2014. Yeah, 2014 minus 1 year. We're still reaching for the stars. It ain't getting nowhere. And now we're going backwards again. You know, it's panic time. Hey, Emilio, you know what? Ain't panic time yet. I need to lose 2 more, and then I'm gonna join the crying. Me and Big Show will be holding each other up on this show. We're gonna be tag teaming. Yeah, we suck. Ain't got no prayer chance in the world. And you ain't gonna have no players next year either. You got a rookie quarterback coming in there and ain't getting no snaps. What do you think's gonna happen? You gonna still be a 49er fan next year? You know, we're gonna be doing all that. You know, just get crazy with it.
We'll be a 49er fan if we go 0-16 and we don't win another game. That's not gonna stop me. Give a damn. You can say my team is horrible. I don't. That's not gonna change. You know, sometimes I'm gonna say I don't feel like watching this damn game, but I'm gonna watch it to the end, see what's going on.
Isn't it funny how we do that? Watch 4 quarters, mad as hell. Watch all 4 quarters.
Yep. You know, I've noticed the real fans are the ones that watch the game to start to end, no matter how good or how bad we're playing. I've noticed that. And I've heard people say, I stopped watching the game. I'm like, why? I'm like, aren't you a fan? Yeah, but they're losing. I'm like, okay.
But you know, Emilio, you find yourself getting madder and madder. I can't cut it loose because I got something to say about everything that's going on the screen. That's the thing, you know. I ain't done with this. If I'm going to be mad, I'm staying mad the whole 4 quarters. And then after the game's over, I'm going to still be mad. You know, because it's like your child.
I've noticed I've given it like about maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes after the game's over. Then I get up. I'm like, whatever. We do. At the end of the day, I tell myself, I'm like, these dudes don't give a damn if they win or lose. They still get paid. They're millionaires. They live on with their lives. They're not going to give a damn they're not going to care if we're mad or upset. They're still getting paid. So
and we'll be helping them get paid, Emilio. We're contributing to that. You know, buying materials, going to the games.
Well, you know what? You know what I learned? And I was listening to Eric Davis's podcast, and I learned this over the time. He's like, because he said one day, I guess he heard a fan say, "Oh, I buy all this merchandise. You know, I pay their salary." I guess he was telling the story. Eric Davis told him, "No, you don't. You don't pay their salary. You paying the owner." He's like,
that's
you're not.
Keeping it real. That is 100.
He's
like,
right. You're not paying. You don't pay their salary. He's like, because he was talking about last year. He told him, you know what? Last year there was not one fan in the stadium. You didn't pay them. He's like, they get their money from TV deal.
To begin with, that's their biggest money.
So,
television revenue is huge.
Like, fans don't pay the salary. He's like, the TV does. So as long as TV
you're right, because if that be the case, last year they should be closed because there were no fans in the stands last year. You're right. Eric's right.
Well, Eric, like I said, Eric, he was just telling the story. He was telling a fan, he's like, you don't pay their salaries. Don't think you do. He's like, for the fans that are listening, don't you ever think that because you don't pay their salary. You never paid my salary. The TV deal does. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're paying
shareholders and people like that. You know, you're right. He's right.
Said, oh, well, that's something.
So Mino, does that give us a right to complain?
It does, because at the end of the day, of course, we can complain, but it just to all of us, we complain. It's just we also got to look at as Niner fans, we're spoiled as hell. If we grew up watching the 90s, we're spoiled. It's understandable. We had all those crappy years before Harbaugh got there. And now we're going back to it again, basically.
I know I'm trying to understand the interval. You're taking fire, aren't you? You're standing under the net with your gun, ain't you? I knew Emilio's an undercover agent. You know. But hey, I don't know. You know, it's the thing is we care and we go through all this, and I heard already Jerry Jones and some other guys. They said they were having a conversation. No, it was our guy. It was one of our people up in the administrators, big time. I don't know if it's Jed York or who. They don't give a damn about the fans. I forgot who was listening in on that conversation. They don't care about
They
the
don't
fans.
get what they don't. And I've said expressed this enough. I was like, fans, owners and players really care less about it. You know, it's hard sometimes to really realize that, but they get it. Because like I said, at the end of the day, they get paid no matter what. We're watching it on TV.
Think about the money, though. Every home game, the stadiums around the NFL are packed. Millions of dollars. I'm talking billions of dollars. And the city takes in revenue. It's just a money-making thing. So for them to sit around with an attitude about, we do not care about no fans, man. We just need, okay, so you guys.
Yeah, no. But at the end of the day, you're going to say, what am I going to watch? Am I going to watch this? Am I going to watch this? You know. And then it goes back. We've been watching football for so long. It's just like,
can't stop.
Whatever. You guys feel like, yeah. But,
Emilio, I support. In fact, if you get down to it, if nothing but revenue from television, I watch the commercials being fed to me from the Hawks channel, from the Rams, the Raiders.
Yeah.
I hate all three of those teams. I watch them as much as I watch the 49ers damn near because I want to see them get their butt beat.
Pretty much. And yet, and you're supporting them, which is the funny part.
Right?
As long
See?
as it could be the worst team in the NFL and you're watching it. You're just supporting it by watching it. So. They get paid off of ratings. So
it's
what you gonna do?
It's football. Yeah. It's a disease. We got to go, fam. It's been fun. Let me see you Wednesday. All right.
All right. Well, I just know one thing. I know, we want to blame Shanahan. At this point, it's not even Shanahan you blame. It's actually Jed. If Jed signed this man, Jed's got this new deal. If you look under the Jed York family or the York family, we haven't had one good coach. We had a semi-good coach in Harbaugh. Every other year, we haven't had a good coach.
Agreed. For now. All right, maybe I got to go. I'm going to see you Wednesday, though. All right?
All right.
Have a great night.
All right.
Oh, God. That's why this is so much fun. You got to talk these things out. You got to talk it out. Because you know what? If you sit along with your own thoughts, you can actually lose your mind if you're a 49er fan. Hey, Splendiferous.
Yo, I'm here.
Splendiferous, man. It's Group Hug Monday again. And, I like having group celebrations on Monday, but we can't seem to find those. So we're letting it all out. Splend, if there's anything on your mind that you want to get off your chest right now as to some of the things that have been said here, and, now we hang on the edge of every word that Kyle Shanahan and the players say because you want to know if they plan on doing anything about the current slide. They have fessed up and they've said this and they said all the right things, but you do wonder if they meant it because they said it 2 weeks ago too, and they came out and beat the Bears. And so he said, "Oh, we're back." We ain't back. We look worse than ever yesterday. Where you at on this?
Man, I'm gonna say. Kid'll come back and, he looked a little bit lost out there, like he couldn't find his footing. He couldn't find his mojo. He couldn't, just quite be the Kittle of old. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But he's probably, he's probably in his mental aspect of his game too, as far as getting his confidence back, to get back on the field. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it takes a little while. You gotta get him in the mood. You know what I'm saying? Get him a couple easy catches.
Yeah,
Right,
I ain't mad at him about the
couple
fumble.
Easy throws.
I just wish he wouldn't have been. Not this day. Fumble next, later on in the game. Something, I don't know. Not at the beginning of the game. I really set it in the wrong direction. But yeah.
Yeah, and the Green Bay Packers gashed the defense of the Arizona Cardinals with the run game. So I wasn't wondering. I was just wondering why we wasn't running the ball that much.
Because
you know
we
what
got
I mean?
behind too early. It was 14-0. Okay, I was thinking, okay, but you know what? It's early. And then they start, like you said, they stopped running. Elijah Mitchell was doing whatever he pleased. Damn near. And he was going to get better because Elijah gets better with carries. He got 8 carries, Splin.
Yeah. I know, and that's absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that the offense is with all these slow starts. These slow starts have been killing us, man. Tom Compton on that right side of the line.
That was killing us too.
Oh man.
Well, see, that's what's so bad about
man, why
start.
didn't Brunskill go out there?
I know I don't know. The 49ers, they should have put him over, shot him over there right away. That's
right away. You know what, Tom? You know good time Tom ain't gonna block nobody out there, man.
They beat his behind, Baba. They just beat him up. Every time he looked up, all you seen was the name Compton flashing across the screen getting abused. He looked like a poster child.
4 sacks on Jimmy. 4 sacks on Jimmy from a guy that doesn't normally get sacks. He had a career day out there, man.
Yep.
And I said, man, this is ridiculous, man. They got to shuffle the line around. Somebody got to do so. Who's the offensive line coach?
Oh, I don't know, but he should have known. Don't put Compton over there. Do anything but that. Let Aaron Banks. Aaron Banks didn't dress. He doesn't even get to put on any clothes every Sunday. He just whatever he came to the stadium in, gets out of his car, goes in, reads something on his online. Aaron, am I playing today, Coach? No, you know you ain't playing. I mean, come on, man. Is he that bad? He can't be worse than Compton.
No, ain't nobody worse than Compton on the team at this point, man. But I don't know what for the love of God, I don't know what they see in him. That was the thing that upset me the most yesterday. You know what I'm saying? And I was out here working on my car, and my car was upsetting me, and the damn game was upsetting me. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are we getting beat by a bunch of damn backups?
You know, Split. You know, the worst thing you could be doing is working on your car and watching the game because the car is already annoying when you try to fix things.
I'm
and then you're watching
you,
the game. That's a formula for suicide.
Oh man, I was burning up. My wife came out here trying to talk to me. I'm like, not right now.
But it's got to be better than it was back in the day.
They had me all in my feelings yesterday, man.
That's it, you know. Because my dad used to work on the car. He used to make me laugh so hard. I'm about 7 or 8 years old, right? And, you know, when you start reaching underneath this area and this area, you're going to nick your fingers. And he would do it every time because the wrenches and things would slip. And he'd go through all the cycles. My mom would be like, Willie, watch your bad mouth around that time. And I'd be laying in the corner. I've always been stupid. I'm laying in the corner laughing. So I feel bad
man,
for
it
you,
was
man.
out here cold too, man. It was a little chilly out here too, man. And I'm hitting my knuckles on the daggone control arm. I'm under there laying down, and I'm like, wait a minute. Every time we made a bad play, I had to get from underneath the car, man. I had to get up. I had to stand straight up. Every time I see this crap going down the field, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why these guys ain't catching the ball? You know what I'm saying? You know, plays that we got to make on third down, man. We are the worst team in the NFL on third down. How do we go from first to worst?
Well, we did it in fine fashion. If there's a diagram and a formula and an instruction manual, we wrote it. We know how to do that. Yeah, we could do. We
Man,
really
I'm
good at
telling you, man, and he just got to play these guys, man. You know, these young rookies that we drafted, you got to give them a chance because they can't be any worse than these boneheads that's out there in that secondary, man. And I don't know what Josh Norman's problem was, but you know, he better get it together. And then you talk about adding Odell to that. Oh man,
no, he ain't coming. And Norman's on drugs. I gotta believe because he just lost all control yesterday. I mean, the dude. Come on, Josh. We're struggling here. Help us out. What are you doing? Get out of the man's face.
We already see the leaders. DeForest Buckner is gone. You know, Richard Sherman is gone. The guys that hold guys accountable, especially on that offensive line, on the defensive line. DeForest Buckner used to tell them, "Come on, man, we gotta go. You know, he's constantly telling them guys, "Let's go."
So, I hope your car is okay because we gotta go. And I'm going to see you.
One last thing, Ronbo.
10 seconds.
One last thing, man.
Go ahead.
You see, from the beginning
Has Matt Breida been a star running back in the season for all the years he's been here?
That's a question. You said Matt Breida.
Yeah.
He Splendid. You know he's not with us,
Matt
right?
Breida was the star. These running backs made Shanahan look great.
And
that's my thing.
Oh yeah, well yeah, like and that's why he should run the ball. I know what you mean. Then yes, don't go away from what's working.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get play action or anything else unless you sell the run. Okay, you mean so we know
But
this.
let's not give away our guys that's making the system work. How about that?
Yeah, I agree. I was not happy with Matty B leaving. Smith, I'm gonna see you Wednesday though.
Love you, man.
Yeah,
love you.
Love you back.
Thank you for the platform, man. And I love it. Hit the like button, guys. And Niners all day, baby. Always.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later. Split difference. Oh, there he is. Fam, I can do it because I got to roll and I got a heavy bag. I go like to punch and kick, so I'm gonna do that. Something you can do, man. You gotta get rid of don't leave that stress in there. Take a walk, go out and run, go in the kitchen, make things. Don't sit around with just thoughts and just idle. Because you get up, somebody come in the room, you get up and blast them. All I need is for my brother to call me. I don't answer the phone anyway. hey, what's up, big bro? How your team doing? You punch a hole through hanging the phone up, Hey, man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to see you Wednesday. And I don't know. We got to get excited. They're going to beat the Rams because it's the Rams, all right? Have a great night, fam. Ray Jr., I see you, man. Fam, I love you. Thanks for the contribution tonight, guys. I'll see you Wednesday. A Niners!